Hello everybody, and welcome to another Genshin Impact live stream. How is everybody doing on this wonderful Friday? Hello, Little Hero. It is Friday, right? Yes, it is. Very nice. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I will be coming better going to my live stream. Hello, Sayonara. Had a rough week, but it's finally the weekend. Was that the opening? I don't know, man. I opened my mouth and just a random stuff started flowing out. We got a new event, and I guess we'll just be exploring the new area after that. But first we have to deal with some dailies over here in Natlan. What do you mean Sid lives rent-free in Poli's head? I'll have you know there is space for no one else but Ellen. In my head. Seems like the other way around, yeah. Saya keeps bringing up Sid. And talks of filling his account with Sid and stuff like that. You can't be a food lover. Just embrace it, Saya. Don't lie to yourself. But today we had the Zenless live stream. The most interesting thing, because overall there was like all that much in it. I mean, like, yeah, sure, new characters, sure, new events, but like the story trailer teaser thingy, I guess we can watch it. Yeah, sure. But the most interesting thing is when they were introducing Sid and Orphe, they mentioned that Anbi will soon unlock her potential or something like that. And potential is what they call the Ellen buffs. It's like, I don't remember the exact phrase, but it's like something potential. So they kind of teased that Soldier Zero Anbi is gonna get buffed. Oh. Which would be pretty cool. She was certainly like a bit disappointing. Wait, does this only have Japanese subs? Oh no, there are English subs. Oh. Wait, so did the livestream have English subs as well? Wait, and now I need to check, because I watched the livestream with Japanese subs. But now I see that this has Japanese and English subs. Okay, no, hey there, wait. Auto-generate? No. When this was live, it definitely had normal Japanese subtitles. Okay, now I'm so confused. I don't know, let's just watch this.
警告。自己監視システムへの干渉は禁じられています。警告。警告。強くなりたい。もっと。プロ騎士殿の前で誓ってください。大佐のように一人で何もかも抱え込んだりはしないと。約束してやるぞ。みんなに素敵なお花をプレゼント。出力増強。超呼吸のピッチードパンツの代わり。
In Japanese, in English he's Seed Senior, but in Japanese it's just Big Seed. Here comes the Big Seed. Hello, what?
確か一撃必殺。僕がもっと強くなったら帰ってきてくれるって。
俺はただあの子と心は確かに存在していると証明するために出たいだけなんだ。協力してくれるということか。
隊長と自分が隙をつくであります。 鼓動しています。君はたぎる炎には程遠い。その名が泣いているぞオリビー。その権威を代行できる栄誉がついに私のものになった。あなたの望みもきっと叶う。僕もあなたの任務はこれにて終了よ。シー君いい目をしてるんだね。とってもシャープで綺麗。クロエダとしては敵になってほしくないかも。
This line and the previous one, you get nice eyes, I hope you'll never become the enemy of Krampus. People are saying that this is, I mean, it's like from a character we don't really know yet, judging by the voice. People are saying that this might be the bunny girl. Not Alice, but the actual Beast Theron bunny. Xiao Xiao, I think she's called or something. Interesting that she's not that she doesn't appear in the trailer physically though. If she actually like has written lines, like has voice lines in the story.
私は信じている。あの子たちはまばゆいパエトーンなのだから。
Okay, and then like 5 minutes of events and stuff. They are doing some improvements to Suibian Temple. I'm waiting for the biggest improvement. Just delete the garbage mode, man. But yeah, there are some changes like, you know, better default, like when you open a menu, it will by default be on the tab you want to access. And like, yeah, sure, nice. Few clicks saved here and there. But yeah, they can save just me like, they can save 100 clicks per day by just deleting this.
絶縁障壁お披露目だ。
Come on, guys. Here we go. So I'm not that big of a fan of Suibian Temple. It should have just been an event. Like when I initially saw it in the live stream, I was kind of like even unsure, is this an event or is this permanent? Didn't really seem like permanent content, but turned out it is. They made so many fun temporary modes, like the Bangbu Fall Guys or the Bangbu Chess right now, and they make this permanent out of everything. Pretty puzzling to me. Oops. I only have medium girls in this team. Everybody's the same height. Everybody has the same like model. Although the modern ones, the like more recently released ones like Inefa and Skerk are actually a bit taller than past girls. Like Furina or Kokomi. When passing through this, it's best to let go of all inputs, because these rings are designed for you to not do anything while flying through them. If you hold forward, you can like fly out of the tunnel. I'm there for the bi-weekly refresh mats from that robot game. Pretty much same for me. One of the biggest improvements they noted is that once you reach the max level in Suibian Temple, which I still haven't done, but I guess I will eventually, the red dot will be removed, so you can ignore it completely and it won't annoy you. That's the biggest improvement they made. I mean, I like getting extra mats, but this is about the worst way of getting extra mats. Okay, I should be able to use Mizuki to glide up the wall. Kinda. It doesn't glide up the wall as nicely as Chaska though. Oh, but at the very least we can grab these thingies. From the quest where we actually had to plant them, and now they grow here. Very lovely. Oh, I remember this quest. Pretty rare. This is a boy. We usually help him just climb the mountain, but here we are fighting some thieves who want to steal the Saurian, who now has learned to climb mountains from us. Actually, not better said. Not like it matters much. Thanks for saving us, big bro. If not for the dialogue, this would be the faster quest between the... Actually, it might still be faster than the one where we actually climb. Okay. Claim our rewards. We have a lot of resin to spend for our sucrose. I managed to move my pieces around so that both my Kazuha, Mizuki, and Sucrose can be playing full EM main stats on Vivi. The downside is that I lost 30 ER on Mizuki because I can't play Offset Suns anymore, but it is what it is. I could swap with the Kazuha Suns to give her a bit more ER. So I should probably give the crit damage to Sucrose. And Mizuki can get the crit rate, not like it matters much. The reason why I want high crit damage for Sucrose, even if my crit rate is low, is so that if she gets a lucky crit on the Lunar Charged, she could take the ownership of it and make the damage number bigger. Because the ownership of Lunar Charge depends on who would deal the most Lunar Charge damage. I mean, every character in the team takes part in the Lunar Charge damage formula, but characters number 3 and 4, so the two with the lower Lunar Charge damage out of your 4 teammates, their damage gets cut by 12 before it gets added, and it was already the lowest to begin with. So it's really not much. Arlecchino. Nice. She does not mention Not Cry though. We've got a survey. Oh, there's a survey in Zenless as well. I have to remember to do that before it expires. I have heard of this event. I have participated in the event. I am satisfied with the event. Fluidity of interface operations. The interface was kinda confusing. I wasn't exactly sure what counts as an event and what counts as permanent content. But I guess fluidity will be good, but then clarity is like neutral. And it always looks nice as always. Maybe even clarity is unsatisfying. How's it with the atmosphere? Oh yeah, it was great. Plot content. Yep. Rewards. Sure. Time required. Sure. Clarity of the tutorials. Honestly, I'm gonna go very unsatisfied, because I had no idea what to do in the Venti segment, where we had to like control the bees. I somehow figured it out, but still lost to Venti. PC, mouse and keyboard. Strikers Through the Storm sub-event. Strikers Through the Storm Towers release a special contraption to aim at and fire upon ruffians in each stage to complete the shooting challenge. It was cool. What are my reasons with satisfaction? It's exciting that the ruffians are also able to attack the Traveler. That was cool. And hitting their weak spots was fun as well. I can demonstrate my skills by having more remaining ammo and HP at the end of the stage. Sure. How interesting was it? Sure. Somewhat easy. How am I with Tracing Vanishing Trails? It was actually a pretty good event. I like the gameplay. And it was fully voiced for a side event. And I actually like this regen also this patch, way better than the last patch. Because Tulpa was such an abomination. Yes, for capturing Radiance in ZZZ and reroll for discs. I feel like ZZZ doesn't really need a reroll. I mean, of course it would be nice to get it, but the disc system is so much more forgiving and so much easier to get good discs compared to Genshin and Star Rail. Like, I got the perfect 6 yesterday, but then it rolled badly. But even the fact that I got it in the first place, like, it's almost impossible to get a perfect piece like this, even at +0 in the other games. And then, like, even though it rolled badly, I still have hope of getting another one. Because once again, in Zenless, those PS actually happen. In Star Rail, they do not. Just getting double crit in Star Rail is like a miracle when the stars align. And then having like it be a 4-liner with 2 other good stats you also want, and also high rolls then, and then actually rolling into what you want. I mean, rolling into what you want is the same across all the games. Although, ZZ doesn't have high and low rolls, at least. So it's actually not the same. ZZ has it better. I don't have a single disc that's even close to perfect. I don't have a single artifact that's even close to perfect. I mean, okay, I may have some pieces that are close to perfect. But I don't have a single piece with 50 crit value in Genshin. And I don't think I have anything in Star Rail that would compare as well. But in ZZZ I have multiple perfect pieces. A lot of them actually. Most of them, of course. On my Ellen. But yeah, this pretty much perfect. Like, this could be flat attack, whatever, nobody cares. This literally perfect. I guess maybe the crit rate roll could be somewhere else. Once again, very small. This is actually 100% perfect. Because I overcap on crit anyways, so 3 crit damage rolls, 2 attack rolls, and then flat attack, flat pen. Yeah. This could have one more roll. This is perfect, aside from maybe too many crit rate rolls. And then this rolled 4 times crit damage. So like every single piece is better than anything I have in Genshin. And this is like a full set. How's the with the new area? Nice. Other comments. Not really. Okay. Okay, another 3 different spots where the survey is highlighted. Okay, so now it's time to spend some resin. Let's first check how much more work does my sucrose require. 11. You want to see that attack percent slot 6 get rerolled so bad. Would be cool, would be cool. But like I said, if I really cared about that piece, like if I really cared about getting that piece, I could just continue crafting. Like, it took me... I used up like 20 calibrators, and then like a couple hundred fragments, just crafting random pieces. And I got multiple 4-liner double crits. Only one was like literally perfect at +0. But still, like the others, the difference between a 4-liner that had HP% and a 4-liner that had flat attack is like nothing. So I got multiple pieces that could be considered pretty much perfect. Oh, I don't want to fight with this team. I guess I'm locked here now. Is this enough to trigger the phase change? No. Well, it gamer. Maybe if I attack with Kokomi. Kokomi should have more on-field DPS than Inefa. Here we go. Let's change to... Actually a very similar team, but with Nubilet instead, and Shilonen. Instead of Kokomi and Mizuki. So we need 11 pieces. 4 is great. Now we only need 7 more. If I can get 1 more 4... Oh, that's actually good. It's mid-low rolls, but like... It can be nice. Maybe it could even... Maybe if I roll high rolled every time, it could even be... Max crit value? Probably not though. I don't know how many lower rolls you are allowed to get 50 crit value. Because I think 54.6 or something is the highest possible. So I can only lose 4.6 crit value in low rolls across the entire piece. Oh, I missed. Well, that's a shame. Where are you? Another 4 maybe? And we can save 40 resin? Okay, one more chance. I mean, even if I get a 3 now, it's not that I'm also unlucky. Because the 4 I got before was already lucky. So just can we be double lucky, or are we just... I mean, if we are only single lucky, then the luck didn't matter. So I guess we aren't lucky at all. I don't hate this minigame. I just wish that when we collected everything, that he would just die and not just continue sitting there for a set amount of time and then still revive. That's the bad part about this thingy collection minigame. Oops. 4. Ah, man. It is what it is. She just shot it into the air. And here we go. Can we get 4 now, when it would be irrelevant? No, we cannot. Okay, it's just 3. So essentially, all that 4 did that I got earlier, I got 4 once more at the very beginning. I think I got 4 twice across all the clears. If I actually got it twice, that means that neither of them mattered, because I'm left with 22. So both of them are just like excess. Which is actually kind of funny, but kind of sad at the same time. If I got 4 3 times though, then one of them mattered. But I'm not sure if I got it 3 times. I only know about 2 for sure. So I spent all the resin here, but yeah, we got there. Sucrose can finally be ascended. After all these years. So I probably need 6 of the crystals. Planning out of Anemo crystals, man. I don't have enough for Varka now. I will need to convert others, which really is no biggie. Because wait, if we go here, I've got like 1,000 pyro ones, 800 of these, 200, 1,165. But yeah, then only 49 small Anemo slivers, 249 cryo, and 255 geo. I wonder why there is such a discrepancy. Why do I have so many more electro crystals? It's not like electro characters are rare. Same with like Hydro and Pyro. And those are the crystals I have the most of. Must just be like some boss material distribution or whatever. Maybe weekly bosses that I cleared the most drop those crystals. Because like Arlecchino, I would imagine both Arlecchino and Lord of Eroded Primal Fire would drop Pyro. And probably Signora as well. Right, so that's why I would have a lot of Pyro ones. But Electro? Raiden and who? And Scaramouche? But when it comes to Geo weekly bosses, it would be just Ajdaha. And even then Ajdaha probably drops the elemental ones as well. It probably comes down to that. To the weekly bosses. Okay, Sucrose. Do I have enough mats, like mob mats for her? Okay, yeah, it's Whopper Flower Nectar.
もう研究材料は十分に集まった。これ以上私に時間を費やすなんてもったいない。せめて生物錬金でお返しを作らせて。
This is so much Mora. And so many books. We cannot do it though. Okay, Sucrose is ready for action. I mean, when it comes, I had her at like level 40 or 50 or something, so I spent more than 1 million in total. How much do we have now? 25 million? Like, I used to have like 40 million or something. At least I think I did. I have to refine the weapon. It is like any old mineral you might find throughout Natlan, but due to differences in local geology, even the same type of rock can have slight differences in stone marrow that can only be uncovered upon closer inspection. That's why the travelers who once wandered through Natlan collected this mineral. Some things need to be held in the palm of the hand before you can appreciate their uniqueness. What? Okay, so somewhere here, I should just filter claymores. Oh yeah, here we go. Can I ascend it at all? No. Okay. We can refine though. It should fill all these slots separately. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Does she get better at C6? Sucrose? No. Sucrose's cons don't matter. I don't think any one of them matter. Wait, what do all of the what do they all do? Oh yeah, C1 is kinda nice. Second charge on E. It's not super important, but she can generate a few more particles. It's something. Not huge though. The duration of burst is increased. Whatever. You often don't even press it. And even when you do press it, you don't rely on it. Use the cooldown on charge attacks. Good for on-field Sucrose teams. Probably best con for on-field Sucrose actually. And 6, you get damage bonus. Like you might think, ooh, damage bonus for the absorbed element, but it's super unreliable. You can't really count on it. In a lot of teams you don't even press the burst. If you have teams that like rely on a specific aura, like for example, one of the best teams in the current Stygian Onslaught was Moalani with Sucrose as a support. And you wouldn't even press the burst, cause you didn't want to like get Hydro by accident in it. Sucrose's kit is good enough if you just switches in, presses E and switches out. And the burst can create unnecessary chaos, haha, chaotic entropy. So it's not even that important, extra charge on E, because like, you switch in, you E, and that E swirled, and that E activate your passive, and you are done. The second E doesn't really do much. I mean, it's extra particles, but like, anemo particles that you probably don't really care all that much about. So it's probably not best. C4 for on-field Sucrose. That's what actually matters. But yeah, none of them really matter much. Out of all the like good 4 stars from 1.0, Sucrose's cons are the worst. Which is not a bad thing. It just means she's complete at C0. Okay, now we have 5 of these. I guess Mareshuse? Get more pieces for my fischl or something? Get the Skerk team. I originally played Dahlia here because I needed friendship for him. I wonder if I could play somebody else here for faster clears. I mean, Dahlia is a good teammate for Skerk, but for like these short rotations, maybe Shenhe or something could be better. Diona is absolute garbage. On 4-star sword, what 4-star swords? But yeah, Diona is about the worst character you can play with Skerk. Diona's heals are horrible. Not reliable at all. If you want to play Calamity of... I mean, if you want to play Furina, you need an actual healer, and Diona is not an actual healer. Ideally Mika. Mika is the best then. But you're also using Calamity, or using Calamity and Furina. I mean, then you would probably simply need 2 slots. One for Dahlia, for the shield, and one for an actual healer. But no, then you don't have... No, you have off-field Hydro from Furina. So yeah, that's fine. Oh, so you have Escoffier. You don't need heals when you have Escoffier. She already heals you. Is good or bad to run Tenacity Citlali? Usually pretty bad. Citlali really needs the energy from Scroll. The only times where you can run Tenacity Citlali is when you do not need her burst at all. For example, one specific circumstance where Tenacity Citlali was actually best was versus the Tulpa in the last Stygian Onslaught. That's because versus the Tulpa, they just made that dumb requirement that you need to have a cryo character to kill the little Tulpas he summons, for no good reason, but other than that, she was useless. Right? She did nothing, because applying cryo... You couldn't apply cryo to the Tulpa. There is always a Hydro Aura. So you didn't really need the burst for more cryo up. So all you need to do is like just hit a little Tulpa every now and then. So you would play Tenacity and just never burst. And that was fine. But in teams where she actually needs to burst, you do really need Scroll, even if you already have another character in your team with Scroll, like Shilonen. Either play double Scroll, or change the set on Shilonen. Citlali is the character who needs Scroll the most, because not only is it for the 4-piece, to make Mavuika like melt bigger, or like any Pyro carry, but you also need the 2-piece, where you get energy every Night Soul burst. You need this. So yeah, Tenacity Citlali, unless you have very special circumstances like fighting a Tulpa, it's not great. It's not great. How much does Escoffier need? I have like 80. It's probably between like 40 and 200. But when you have Escoffier already, Dahlia is actually a good character, and possibly the best character for you to play, because he enables Calamity. Diona is absolute garbage and provides nothing. Her shield is unreliable and her heals are unreliable, and she doesn't provide any meaningful buffs. Oh yeah. Escoffier. ER needs. Triple Cryo, even down to 15%. But usually if you play double Cryo, somewhere between 30 and 170. Does it have a stronger shield? Yes. And it's more reliable, because when Dahlia's shield breaks, it reforms again. When Diona's shield breaks, it's gone. You don't have it anymore. Does it stack? No, it doesn't stack. It doesn't stack, but Citlali needs it. Citlali has to play Scroll, because she needs the 2-piece. Right, so... I mean, any alternative buff sets are not really all that important, unless you are pushing for like a high score somewhere. Like, if you if you want to clear Stygian Onslaught Dire mode, and you are just like 5 seconds off, and you're like, oh, I need all the buffs, then sure, like put your Shilonen on Instructors or whatever to get the extra buff. But in any normal fight, if you're just clearing like Fearless mode, or if you're just doing Abyss, or if you're just doing Domains or anything else, just play Scroll on both. It's really not that big of a deal to lose out on like an Instructor's buff or Noblesse buff. And your life is gonna be easier if you want to swap teammates around. Like maybe right now we are playing Shilonen together with Citlali, and then sure, the scroll gets wasted. But then tomorrow we are gonna be playing Shilonen with Nuvillet. And then you need the scroll, because nobody else in the team can play it, right? And swapping artifact sets all... yeah, not great, not great. If they finally upgrade this fast equip feature to actually remember the pieces you have, and if they add the ability to change sets with one click between predefined sets you've already created, then switching from like scroll to instructors could be more... there will be more incentive to do so, but right now not really. I think there is with the most melt possible. You just want the biggest number. If you want the biggest number, then play Instructor Shilonen. Or whatever other Natlan character you have. But yeah, Citlali stays on scroll. Instructor's buff is stronger than Tenacity buff. And also other characters, like I said, other characters do not need this 2-piece. Citlali is the one Natlan support who needs the 2-piece of scroll to function properly. If you have God roll ER pieces in every slot, and you have like 300 ER, go ahead, play something else, but yeah. Even for the biggest possible hit, you are still better off keeping scroll on Citlali and playing something else on Shilonen. Or actually, if you want the biggest hit on Mavuika, don't even play Shilonen, you play Yansan instead. But then once again, just play something else on Yansan. Play Instructors on Yansan, Noblesse on Bennett, and scroll on Citlali. That will be the highest single hit damage team for Mavuika. Shilonen should always play scroll if nobody else in your team has it, but if multiple characters in your team are playing scroll already, or like if multiple characters in your team can play scroll, Shilonen is like the one where cutting it is usually best. Right? But if she's the only Natlan character, always put scroll on her, of course. Or almost always. There are situations where you cannot react properly. Is Medal using Puff? Yes. Yes, he is. Looks like we're not gonna get anything nice. But it's okay, expected outcome. I need to get more plus 4 pieces though. We're already in the second half. The part is nearing its end, and I still haven't got enough plus 4 pieces to put in the artifact transmuter. Because we need 25 plus 4 pieces. But these guys are not even worth leveling to plus 4. Just a waste of time. And resources. But I might just take 2 random garbage pieces to plus 4. Wait, I got one thing. Yeah, there was something I got. What was it though? Yeah, Janssen can be more damage. It depends though on specific content. Like in Stygian Onslaught, you usually prefer Shilonen. Because Shilonen can charge Mavuika's burst quicker. But if you're playing Citlali and Janssen, that's usually enough by itself. It just has like a slower start. If you start with 0 fighting spirit in Stygian Onslaught, right? Getting to that first big burst it's harder with Yansan. Also, Yansan needs energy, so you need to battery Yansan, but you don't need to battery Shilonen. But yeah, the reason why Yansan can be better than Shilonen is because of Citlali. Citlali already gives you Rest Shred. And Rest Shred is worse the more you have of it. Like, it's only 20%, but enemies usually have like 15% res. And res shred under 0% still works, but it's halved, right? So if the enemy has 15 res, you shred the first 15, and then the final 5 shred gets halved, so you end up at minus 2.5 res. And then if you put Shilonen in your team, after the res has already been negated by Citlali, she gives 36, but it's all halved, right? It's totally halved, so it's only 18. So you go to minus 20.5% res. It's still good, and like if the enemy has high resistances, if you are fighting, let's say a lava dragon statue who has like 80% pyro res, then sure, yeah, of course Shilonen is gonna be best. But if the enemy already gets shredded to under 0 by Citlali alone, then having Yansan's attack buff is stronger than Shilonen's res buff, res shred buff thingy. Oh wait, pieces. So it's situational. Wasn't it a flower that I got? I'm sure I locked one piece. Am I tripping? Okay, we have a hydro damage bonus goblet. Is Chevrus? Not really. Chevrus needs to be played in teams with only only pyro and electro characters. Now, she's not useless. Okay, nice. We've got a butt piece to throw out. She's not useless outside of those teams, because she still gives you some attack and damage bonus if you have C6. Right? I'm pretty sure C6 is unconditional. Yeah, she gives pyro and electro damage bonus, 60% from C6. And then she has an attack buff. Yeah, 40% attack buff, unconditional. And 60% damage bonus. So she can sometimes be useful in teams where you don't have only pyro and electro characters, but the biggest buff she provides is the 40% res shred. And for this, all party members need to be pyro and electro. So there are some niche cases where Chevrus can actually be a good buffer just for a pyro electro carry, even if there is somebody else. But usually, in like 95% of cases, you only play Chevrus if you only have pyro and electro. And now she is good. She is so good that she makes those teams worth it. But definitely not if you are going for the highest single melt, because you know you cannot melt when you have Chevrus. So your single hit damage is gonna be like your highest single hit damage, like that stat at the end of Imaginary Room Theater. That's gonna be way lower. But this buffs all damage, while melt, not every single hit can melt. What about Inefa? Doesn't really provide anything for Mavuika. Also, for Inefa to be good, you need a consistent electrocharged aura. Now, Inefa can be played in vape teams with a character that doesn't have all that much pyro application. It works better with like Arlecchino. You can play like Arlecchino with Inefa and then like Yelan and some shred from like Shilonen. Maybe? Or maybe just play Kazuha because you cannot heal Arlecchino anyways. Mavuika prefers melts. And Inefa does not fit into melt teams. Like Mavuika melt teams, you play always Citlali, you always play Bennett, and then it's either Yansan or Shilonen, right? It's pretty much that. There aren't many more options. Wait, do I have anything else? I got a flower. You're talking about overload teams? Inefa is not great in overload teams, because once again, for Inefa to deal damage, you need a an Electro. You need Hydro and Electro. You don't need only Hydro and Electro characters. You can fit others. But ideally you want a team that can provide a consistent Hydro Electro aura. Electro charged aura. Or Lunar charged in this case. And in a team with no Hydro characters, yeah. I think I have to explain that. She still can be played if you really want a shield. Because she is the best shield option in those teams. Your other options are like C4 Yanfei and like Beidou, but those shields aren't. Like C4 Yanfei doesn't really do anything other than shielding. And then Beidou's shield is short duration, unreliable. While Inefa's shield is actually good, lasts for a long time, decent strength. But it will be less damage than playing Fischl or even Ororon. Did I not get a... Or maybe it's this piece, but I didn't freeze it? Oh yeah, it was not from this set, it was from the boss. Situl Lanyan. What does that one even do? Oh, restores her shield. Yeah, that one's pretty good. But there aren't many teams. Like, Lanyan is a nice option to have if you have very few characters on your account. Because, you know, you just need a Vivi character. And, well, let's give her something. Actually, no, there are no pieces. So if you have few characters, she can be nice because she's just like gives you things that are nice. But so rest shred from Vivi, and then a shield. Shields are comfy, but she's never best in slot. There is not a single team in Genshin where Lanyan is the best option to play. I think a shield is better than Zhongli only if you can element match it to the enemy. Really? So like... Because Lanyan can infuse her shield with different elements. So if you are fighting a Hydro Tulpa and you use her E against him, the shield will get infused with Hydro and will be stronger against Hydro damage. So versus like Tulpa, she's definitely the #1 defensive option, but most enemies it will be harder to get the right type of infusion. Because usually you will just infuse whatever elements you apply. So like you are fighting a... I don't know... Dendro Chicken, you apply Electro to it, you get an Electro shield, doesn't really help you much. But yeah, she has some of the strongest shields, that is true. So the piece that I wanted... You need to apply the element to the enemy. So you don't even need fancy stuff like C6 candies. Just normal attack them with a Barbara and then you can get a Hydro shield. Right? Any elemental application will work. And every character in the game can apply an element to the enemy. Oh, what is this? Long Night's Oath. Curious. Double bonus? Oh, it actually did roll crit damage though. Okay. Not okay. I'm pretty sure it's unplayable at this point. Wait, let me check my Inefa. Not Inefa. Varesa. Yeah. The attack presence is nice. But those 4 crit damage rolls are pretty juicy. This one should go as well. I guess this was supposed to be for a character who also wants the EM. The prisoner that gave candies gave you the last constellation. Nice. Why does Chichi have this piece? Little Chichi. Give me back your artifacts. Oh, I know, it's because I used like the auto-equip function. And the auto-equip function decided that playing a +4 flower is gonna be my best choice. So was it a goblet that I got? Screw this recommended order, man. Doesn't look like it was a goblet. I have geo damage bonus on tenacity, which looks absolutely horrible. Sands, maybe? So yeah, C6 candies can be situationally useful in teams where you want a bit of cryo application but not too much, but it's pretty cope still. Is Energy of the End good to give to a bow character to give Mavuyka 100 EM? Yeah, it would be. If there were any good bow characters to be played with Mavuyka. And really there aren't. Yeah, this is the piece that I wanted, yeah man. Freaking dementia. If it was a higher roll, I would keep this, but it was a low roll. Honestly, I'm giving up. Cause like... Yeah, this rolled 4 times crit rate. 4 times, yeah, that's kinda nice actually. Yeah, this is the same piece, right? But it actually rolled well. And nobody plays this. This also has 5 good rolls. So yeah, the fact that nobody on my account wants to play this means that this piece is also useless right now. Yep. So LG of the End is actually a pretty amazing 5-star weapon. If you can give it to like an Ororon. Hey, Ororon is actually a character that you can play with Mavuyka. But that's more like if you are playing like a Chevreuse team, but then in a Chevreuse team you don't care about the EM. So is it really good? Because yeah, like an example Chevreuse team for Mavuyka could be Yansan Ororon and Chevreuse. It's nice to have 2 Natlan characters. You can play Bennett as well, but it's nice to have 2 Natlan characters for more fighting spirit generation. And in that team you could play Elegy on Ororon, although you mostly only benefit from the attack and not from the EM in that case. 6 will be wonderful for Mavuyka. 6 is not that big of a deal, it's just 30% attack. In a team where you already get a bunch of attack, you get Yansan buffs, you get Pyro Resonance, you get Chevreuse buffs. Like, is it nice? Sure. But is it a game changer? No. Not at all. And once again, it's kind of like the Overload Mavuyka teams aren't really her best teams. If you have Citlali, just stick to Melt. Unless somehow the content prevents it. Like you are fighting an enemy that cannot have a Cryo Aura applied. You are fighting an Anemo Hypostasis or something. No, we already went over this. Do not remove scroll from Citlali. Citlali stays on scroll. Pretty almost no matter what. It's only in teams where you don't even need to apply cryo. So if you are playing Citlali but you are not melting, right? Then you can play a different set, but like those situations are very rare. And you need to fight very badly designed opponents to run into such a situation. Like the Tupa from the previous stage on Onslaught, but that might be the only enemy ever where that happens. Where like you cannot apply cryo to him, but they force you to play a cryo character to kill the mini Tulpas. Incredibly niche scenario. Okay, so I can finally put some of my pieces into the artifact transmuter. The dot will not bother me anymore. Could this still be worth it even with one bad roll? Nah. Nuvillet wants HP goblets anyways. So many sources. They actually list every single source. Oftentimes, under source, they will just like list one or two. Here, those are like everything, including tribal secret spaces and tablet of Tona, which are like one-time rewards. I wonder if they will remove them eventually, like those sources, or will they always stay here? Doesn't really matter much. Should I craft some piece? I don't really have anything that I want to craft badly though. Maybe I could craft some tenacity pieces for my Inefa. But like, my worst piece is probably the feather with the 2 HP rolls that are kinda wasted. Should I just play this? No, I still have the 1 attack percent roll, which is nice. Which you never craft feathers. The attack stats are absolutely lovely. They could have been a 4-liner, that's the only thing bad about them. But they've got the perfect main stat, 4 perfect substats, and all rolled into crit. Offset Goblet is kinda cope. But I wouldn't want to craft an attack Goblet either. And the HUD is pretty lovely. Attack rolls would have been slightly better than EM, but like at this point you are not complaining, it's almost perfect. Only improvements is like defense into ER, and then the EM rolls into crit damage or attack. I guess ideally 5 crit damage. So if anything I would craft an attack Goblet, but yeah. Don't really want to. I could give her the Chaska attack Goblet, which is almost perfect. I could. Should I though? How much crit rate do I have as well? 94, so 6 more crit and I overcap. Oh no, I'm not gonna overcap with this. I do like playing Chaska still though. How much here does Janssen need in my opinion? I mean, if you are playing, she can actually need quite a bit. It depends on your team and rotation and everything. There's actually quite a lot of factors. But the good thing about Janssen is that she doesn't really need many stats. She does need some attack, because her buff scales with her current attack. Not base, unlike Bennett. But after that, you just stack ER. If you just play a 5 weapon, you are usually good to go, but let me check. Is there no Janssen or did I just not see her? Oh yeah, she is here. Yeah, Favans is gonna be best. So over 35 to 55, that seems very low. From my experience, it's usually a bit higher than this. But I guess I played her in when I play her in domains, I just like one-shot enemies and I don't have time to get particles. Oh yeah, also another case where I played the Janssen was Stygian Onslaught, where you start with 0 energy. So like in Stygian Onslaught, you do want all the energy you could possibly get, because you start at 0 and you need to like charge up the first burst. But outside of that, yeah, I would probably stay closer to the upper bound here. It's like at least 60. Also, this assuming you do play scroll. If you don't have scroll, you will need more. So might be like more like 200 without scroll. Yeah, assumption is Janssen holds scroll. And if you want to min-max every point of damage from Mavujka, you would put her on something else. So if you want to play her on something that's not scroll, probably like around 200-ish. With Fav. Without Fav, like 50% more. So like 250. I've almost got 250 actually. But yeah, Fav is the GOAT. Also, if you have Fav weapons on your other characters, it would lower Janssen's energy needs as well. But I guess on Bennett you would want a high base attack weapon, and then Citlali something that gives you EM. Or actually no, on Citlali you just play Tenacity. Not Tenacity. On Citlali you play Thrilling Tales. Oh yeah, that's what I want to say. On Citlali you probably just go Thrilling Tales. Although when you play Janssen, could get annoying with the aura. No, I would go Janssen first, then Bennett, then Citlali, and that works. And then Mavuika. Yeah. Or you can have Citlali Sig and then you don't need to worry about your team order. But you want to go like that anyways. Janssen into Bennett into Citlali, no matter what. Okay. Harbinger of Dawn. That's about the worst weapon you could play on Bennett. It's got very low base attack and doesn't benefit you in any way. On Bennett you either want, like there are two things that Bennett wants, ER and high base attack on his weapon. Fav is like the extreme ER option. I like it for comfort. But when I was doing Stygian Onslaught runs and I needed every point of damage, just play something that has 6-7-4 base attack, if you can. If not, something like Skyward Blade can work. But yeah, weapons like Aquila Favonia, Mist Splitter or Absolution, those have the highest base attack. If you level them fully, this is not fully leveled. If not, just like any 5-star sword. I mean, not any, because some have low base attack, but like this is gonna have like 608. That's good. And even if you cannot do that, you can play like Sapwood Blade or something. ER subset it has decent base attack. But yeah, you never play a 3-star weapon on Bennett. It's terrible. It is about the worst weapon in the game you could play on Bennett. I mean, you could play like a 2-star or a 1-star. That's worse. But other than that, yeah. I mean, even if you played DPS Bennett, you wouldn't want this. Bennett cannot heal himself above 90%. So you get hit once and you lose this buff. So it's not even a good meme. Like if you want to build, like I don't mind building usually supportive characters for damage, but at least do it right. Harbinger of Dawn is not good for an on-fielder in a Bennett team. And that includes Bennett himself, if he's the on-fielder. Because he only heals up to 70. Harbinger of Dawn is only really ever playable on off-field characters. Because then they don't take damage. Because they are not on the field. And even then, it's 2025. This is very, very rarely useful. We got way more good like 4-star options and stuff. Okay, so let's check out the mementos of Teyvat. We're not going to be used on anybody else? No. It pretty much needs to be an off-fielder. And even then it's good on like Albedo, maybe Chiori. And that's kinda it. It's really not nearly as good as people think it is. Like it's unplayable in Furina teams, because she hits at your HP. It's unplayable on on-field characters, because they will get hit often and lose the buff. They're just way better options. Like anybody who scales, any on-fielder who scales with attack would rather play, like just free-to-play options-wise, would rather play Finale of the Deep, the craftable from Fontaine. And then we've got like Calamity of Eshu as well if we've got that event weapon. Harbinger is pretty bad. And over here, Paimon got something nice to show you. Looky look, Paimon took these pictures on our travels. We've been to all sorts of places, and while you were busy exploring, Paimon was busy with her camera. Here, take a look at these photos Paimon masterfully took. It's a nice photo. So what characters who already have crit? I mean, what do you mean? Outside of Kokomi, everybody has crit already. Those are some nice pictures, Paimon. By the way, do you remember the two photo albums we bought at the Damoville Purveyor? Wait, what is that? Is it in the new area? At the resort? Oh no, it's in Fontaine. Do you remember the two photo albums we bought in Fontaine? Last year, right? It was the last year's photo taking event. The equivalent one of this. No, it's just not good. You have no base attack, man. You have no base attack with that weapon. It's only good on characters who don't scale with attack and are not on the field, and you are not playing Furina in your team. So it's pretty much just like Albedo and Chiori. Because if you scale with attack, then the low base attack of the weapon really kills your damage. And if you only get the crit damage and not the crit rate from the passive, then it's just not enough stats to justify being played on anybody, even those defense scalers. So yeah, I do. Of course you do. Paimon spent all her savings to reserve those albums, even though it was way in advance. Yeah, it was in the last year's version of this event. Anyway, you took one of the albums and Paimon took the other. That way we would match. Paimon's already stuffed her album full of photos, but she's not sure if you've done the same yet. But in case Paimon bought a new photo album, and although she was planning on keeping it as a backup, she will give it to you if yours is full. Do you like taking pictures, Paimon? Yeah, we've been to lots of places together and seen so many pretty sights that ordinary folks might never even dream of. It would be a shame if Paimon didn't keep some mementos. More importantly, there are important memories. These are important memories for both of us. We gotta cherish our past memories and our future experiences. That's what Pakal told Paimon. Wise words, don't you think? Paimon's gonna lend you her camera this time so you can take more pictures yourself. We're about to journey to Sneznaya, and Paimon has a feeling that things aren't going to be easy from here on out. So let's sort out all the experiences from our journey while we still can. That way, no matter how many troubles we run into in Sneznaya, so long as we think of the moments we share together, we are sure to be brave and keep moving forward. Well, Skyrider Sword? No, 3-star weapons in general are not that great. Like, Harbinger of Dawn can be sometimes an exception, right? In those cases, like I said, non-attack scaler off-field. So Albedo and Chiori, just those two really. And then White Tassel can be good on characters who either aren't attack scalers or who do scale with attack but you already have Bennett in your team. Like White Tassel can be nice on Arlecchino because you always play Bennett in her teams. Bennett gives you a flat attack buff. Wait, why is this? Why are only these weapons being displayed? I have everything selected as all. What? I do not understand why it's only those weapons. Did something break in the archive? I want to see polearms. I guess I can show it in game. So yeah. If you do not own Jadewing Spear, then White Tassel, if you don't have Jadewing and you don't have the BP weapons, you don't have Ballad, and you don't have Deathmatch, then White Tassel can be your best option because it has high crit rate. 48% normal attack damage is very high on a character who pretty much exclusively deals normal attack damage. And then the low base attack is a bit of a shame, but you always play Bennett, who like makes up for it. And there is no like weird requirement and anti-synergy with Bennett here. So it's actually pretty nice. Other than that, 3-star weapons just ain't it, man. Just ain't it. There are already a bunch of amazing 4-star craftables. And of course 5 weapons, the all reliable. And yeah, there are like good event weapons. There are There are good weapons for like fishing, there are good craftables, there are good standard 4 stars. You do not need to play 3-star weapons almost ever. You can equip Paimon's camera and interact with the photo-taking points or characters to enter photo-taking mode. The process is split in an adjustment phase where you determine the position from where the photo is taken, and the photo-taking phase in which you can move and use your skills. During the adjustment phase, you need to first select your camera position and then proceed to adjust the position and angle for taking the photo. Every photo-taking point has 3 camera positions, with every position having its own unique aspect ratio. Once you have confirmed your settings, it's time to move on to the photo-taking phase. The photo-taking phase, when using Paimon's camera, the angle of the finalized image will be decided by the settings you previously adjusted. Pictures will be taken from the 3 camera positions all at once. If the camera taking function is enabled, each camera will follow your movements or actions within a certain range. Oh, interesting. Certain photo-taking points have an interact button. Perhaps if you press on these photo-taking points, you might be greeted by a pleasant surprise. Is Dragon Sword any good? No. It's only really useful if you just want EM. But if you just want EM, you can play like Lion's Roar. Just like 1 Lion's Roar is all you need. And it's already better. Right? Because that's an EM sword, right? Or there are like other EM weapons. But Lion's Roar is like a standard 4-star, so almost everybody should have one. Or actually no, this attack. Wait, so which one is EM? There is an EM sword. Or not? No, this is ER? Ali Flash is EM, but that's kinda hard to get. White Sting? Wait, isn't White Sting a 3-star as well? No, it's not. Wait, how does White Sting... White Sting? I don't recognize such a name. But yeah, the freaking weapon archive doesn't work. Oh, here we go. 4-star swords, and I can select EM substat. Iron Stick, not White Sting. Oh yeah, and that's craftable. Yes, yes, yes. Iron Stick is now that's a weapon I know. So yeah, this gives you more EM than Dark Iron. Because the only thing you would want this for is the EM substat. And if you want the EM, you don't really care about the 20% attack. By the way, it got updated to include Lunar Charged, which is kind of funny. But yeah, Iron Sting is just better. It's just more EM, and it's craftable. You just craft one, you are done. So, who do I want to take a picture? I think I will need a Natlan character for this picture. Do we just go Varesa? Maybe. Or Chaska. Wait, I need to use Paimon's camera. Probably. Switch to camera tracking mode. Each camera will follow your movement within a certain range. Right, so I want the angle to be like this. Dual Blade is never gonna be a best in slot weapon because it doesn't do anything. Doesn't matter how strong your character is, getting stats is always better than not getting stats. So it's not possible. Oh, character must wield the power of Pyro. I guess they want you to use Mavuika. We should use Bennett. And we need to use our elemental skill. I take another one. Nah, this still ain't it. Wait, again. Let's do it earlier. Like this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Although it's a bit... Would it be better if Bennett was more to the right? Wait, so let's move like to the edge of this. Doesn't look great because he's floating. We can't see the ground. And the camera is still kind of scuffed here. Oh, because it's from the different angle, so moving to the side actually didn't matter. Whatever. In Natlan, the nation of Saurians, we met a pair of peculiar friends, Kinji and Hao. This human-Saurian duo never lets a day pass without bickering back and forth. Even so, they remain inseparable companions. From Natlan, or is the traveler? Okay. Twerking Kasia. So here I could use like Chaska. Or actually... Nah, let's use the goat. The Natlan goat. Kachina. Hey Kinj, look who's here! And the almighty Dragon Lord Kugelhao demands you to attend him at once. We meet again, Jan. You seem well. I'm anything but well. My dollard servant has spent the last few hours staring at colorful paper scraps. The boredom is killing me. These paper scraps are decorations, and they look like they are made out of cardboard. They're quite interesting. Do you like paper theater, Kinich? I would say I do. I think this cardboard would make a fitting home for a Hao. You mean to imply I'm some sort of paper dragon? You spend so much time being banished, the inside of a cardboard box should feel like home to you by now. Kinich! Just you wait, you'll be on your knees begging for forgiveness when you behold the true majesty of the Dragon Lord Kuhulahao. Until then, I'll be sure to take in the majesty of the little paper Dragon Lord Kuhulahao. And I see you've brought a camera with you. Would you mind taking a photo of this paper theater for me? Of course not, and I can take a picture of you while I'm at it. Alright, this will make a good souvenir for our vacation. Alright, how should we pose for the photo? That's like a cool pose. You can even decide on something as simple as a pose. Watch closely, Worm. And how is this? What about the fun pose? Formal pose? I guess this is best. We are ready. Do something like this here. This is not a great angle. Probably something like... This can be better. And yeah, this one is good. I didn't know they would be here. pretty good. Want to do it like a tiny, like a fraction of a second earlier, when the select didn't start going down yet. But it's still kinda nice. Not quite ready. Okay. Next up. The introverted diver Fremine was among the first people we met when we arrived in Fontaine. He is a shy, quiet, but loyal friend. Hydro use charge on normal attack? From Fontaine is a traveler. Is in an idle animation. So this is Hydro. Who should I use here? Oh, you can actually mount this. And then mine like this. Yeah. It's actually a pretty decent miner. Forget how this works. Been a while until I played Kachina, truth to be told. So I need a Hydro character. Oh, let me get all these flowers first. Killing these slimes is actually gonna be annoying. I don't really have any real way to damage them. I can get rid of the shield. But I need to use like DPS Xianyun. Actually, probably it's better to just physical plunge with Theory. Okay, here we go. We got there. Oops. Okay, Katina, help me. Plunging of this little rock is too difficult. Katina's playstyle is so cool. Too bad she's not the greatest character, let's say. Oh, these ones are so cute as well. Okay, so a Hydro character. Using a charge attack. We could do Furina. Or let's do Mona. We can hold the E. Actually, wait, no, we need to use the charge attack. Okay, that also looks cool. Yeah, all of these look pretty good. I'm most curious about this one. I can maybe make it like a little bit lower. Okay, it didn't turn out as well as I thought. But if I do it faster, this one looks cool though. But yeah, let's keep taking photos. Like, do it again, but use it like immediately. Nah. And now it's like the same. Now you cannot even see Mona. What is this? Wait, is this the camera? No. Or is my catalyst? And this is kind of what I was going for. I wanted to take some hydro effects in front of the camera, but not too many. Okay. Just ruins this slime's day. And we can move on. I haven't been in a teapot yet today. I'll go to the teapot after I'm done with the photos. Okay. Now let's go meet Femine. And we need a character from Fontaine. Wait. He's here? At the resort? Oh, what are you doing here? Don't see that coming. Okay, Fontaine. Let's go with Lynette. Hi, Zian. Sorry, I didn't realize you were here. The resort is huge and there's barely anyone I recognize. Luckily I've run into you. What are you up to, Femine? I'm observing the sea around Natlan. There are aquatic creatures here I've never seen before, like those two over there. Those are Nubile's relatives. The Udex? They look so different. I can't believe they are related. Could it be that the same organisms grow differently depending on whether they live in Fontaine or Natlan? Natlan's ecology is so different from Fontaine's, it's truly something special. If only everyone from the house could come here to see it. You could always show them pictures of the resort, I will help. Pictures? That's a wonderful idea. That way I can record the scenery so I never forget. I'll get a picture of you while we're at it. A picture of me? Really? I'm not turning you down, I'm just not used to standing in front of a camera. Father once told me that if I kept hiding myself away, I would end up worrying those who care about me. So I've been wanting to kick this bad habit. Alright, since you offered, I guess it's time to get my picture taken. Do you have any ideas for how I should pose? How does a formal pose look? Oh, he's holding the thingy. Shy pose? Fun pose? Let's go with, how is he called? Pierce. It looks like he wants to give us the the penguin. Let's zoom out slightly. Let's wait for an idol to start. Anytime now. No, don't yap. Idol. That's kinda cool. They weren't as cool as I wanted them to be. but look decent enough. You can see the hut here. And that's it for now. Right? Yeah. You unlock one set of 2 locations per day. And they even started yesterday. Okay, now that we're done with that... Oops, we have to hold this run. Is Tenacity good on Furina? Yeah, usually the best set to play on her. If you play her with an attack scaling carry, like Skirk, for example, it's often gonna be better than trying to go Golden Troop or something else for her own damage. Because Golden Troop is the best set for Furina to deal damage herself, but the issue is that, you know, time goes on, enemies do get stronger with time. The power creep in Genshin isn't that big, isn't that like... doesn't progress as quickly as in some other games, but you know, enemies do still get tougher, and new characters do get stronger. So, Furina keeps dealing the same damage, but your DPSs can deal more if you are playing newer DPSs. So it's better to buff up a DPS like Skerk than try to do more damage on Furina herself. Of course, if you are playing her with like Nuvillet does not scale with attack, so giving him extra attack from Tenacity is worthless. But yeah, if you play her with an attack scaling character, it's usually gonna be better to play Tenacity. Like, yeah, like Skerk, maybe even Ayaka. Chaska. So what was I thinking? Oh yeah, put Parasign. So what do we have here? Whoops, I missed. Nice. You can give the Golden Troop to your official and Tenacity to Furina. Yeah, that makes sense. The number one thing you want to focus on the most, though, is having enough energy recharge. Because you are no longer playing a damage boost set, Furina's own damage contribution is still there, but it's not as relevant. Right, so you don't care all that much about like 300 HP. It's still fine. But just making sure you have more than enough ER to burst every rotation reliably is the most important thing. What's happening here? Yeah, Hoynes is nice. Anything I can help with? There's a note on the order that's to be sent to a guest with blue pants on the beach. All's well as long as it gets there in time. Thank you for your help, I'm counting on you. Wait, what? Not them? Her? No? Hello, here is your drink. Oh, ha! So you're the delivery folks. I was wondering why it was taking so long. This is all your fault. You asked for the order to be delivered to a guest with blue pants on the beach, but then you went and buried yourself in the sand. We spent so long counting down you and your silly blue pants. You should pay us double for the delivery fee. In that case, I do apologize. I completely forgot about my note. I should have left my pants out on the sand so you would have an easier time finding me. But why are you buried in the sand in the first place? Cause it's so much fun. I heard it's a thing people do on vacation, so I wanted to try it out. Aren't you doing it wrong? You look more like a carrot stuck in the ground. Is that a problem? Someone might trip over you and you would both get hurt. I see, I'll think about it. And here's your fee, doubled it. Thanks again. I did not see this coming. Watch your step, it's not a ball. The person. And ask for help, you can beat Abyss. If you want me to log into your account, then that's not something I like doing. I feel like account sharing in general is a bad idea. I would not trust anybody with my Genshin account. I put way too much time into it. No? Okay, if it's just like advice on what to play, then that's good. Oh yeah, reviews are fine. Here you have a description on how this process works. So you need to give me your UID and the character you want tribute as well. Oh, defeat opponents. And so many different challenges and stuff. Wait, why did the... Oh, it's over there. Therefore, advice for team comps. I mean, I was supposed to take a look at the account. Check your account, check his account for a review. So I would need your UID still. Okay, grab this, now go grab that over there. Okay. I still don't know where to get the green color. I should probably just look it up. Because we need to do the disappeared dolls challenge. Oh, it's from Kane's disappeared doll challenge. Okay, a bit north of the Easy Breeze market. All the characters that you have, that you try to use, and who you need to build, there's some things you don't know. And so, like, if you want me to take a look at the characters in your profile, you need to give me your UID. Right, like, wait. I get a UID like this one, I type it here, and I can see the characters on my showcase. And I can check like their artifacts and weapons, you know. my Klee is kinda in shambles though. Okay, so he's like here. So what you should do is go to your profile thingy. Here in the showcase, put the characters you are interested in playing. Then ideally, because this can take a while to update if you change it in game, if you log out, exit to login interface and then like go back into the game, it will refresh immediately. And then you can give me your UID, and this way I can check the characters on NK. Oh, I can buy stuff from him. I don't own any fruity smoothies. Or this, whatever this is. I beat Dairin's General Slot, yes. This time I managed to do it. There was no tulpa to ruin my day. And nobody is higher than C1. So that was pretty nice. Kinich. Just standard burning Kinich on the first half. I tried using Klee, but Janssen ended up working better. Then freeze on the tortoise. This was probably the hardest one, but with the perfect rotation and using Skerk's burst at the very end to squeeze in more damage in a smaller time frame because I had like 3 seconds left. I just destroyed the shield. Don't have time to do a Skerk rotation, but the Skerk burst to finish it off. Perfect. And then Varesa with Inafa on the cactus. It was more annoying than it should have been because I first did it with Furina in this slot, and I cleared like first try with 15 seconds left on the timer. It was like, okay, super easy. But then removing Furina made this much harder. Still did it with time to spare eventually, but I needed multiple tries. Actually, the turtle was the biggest challenge. I tried using Molani, but I just can't, man. I mean, even with bad pieces, you can have pretty decently built characters. So what do we have here? Who do you actually want to play? Because I'm assuming this Gaming without artifacts is not one of those characters. So like, normally I do like a detailed review on one character, but I guess I can like quickly go through many without going too in depth. Because like, if I were to go in depth into every character, it would be here all day. But yeah, one of the biggest things that jumps out on your Mavuika is your talent levels, only 8-8. You might be lacking weekly boss pieces, but you should be fighting the weekly boss every week. And leveling up your burst first and then skill, that's gonna be quite a big deal. You're missing a lot of damage just by not having leveled talents. Also you have 5-piece codex, right? You have 5-piece codex, and now none of your pieces are like terrible. But maybe you could find like a better piece from any set. Like if you could pick from any set, maybe you could find like a better flower that has attack, that has like crit rate on it as well, and not only crit damage. Or maybe a feather that has attack percent or EM in addition to double crit. Or a goblet with crit damage, right? Like none of these pieces are terrible, but I'm sure you could find a better replacement in at least one slot, given that you don't need 5 Obsidian Codex pieces. Oh yeah, what is actually... Let me remind myself. Because we are 5.8. Abyss. So yeah, first half is Dendro damage bonus, second half is Electro damage bonus. No, wait, this is not it. That's the next one. Was it this? No, Hydro Tulpa? No, it's this. Yes, yes. Yeah, Tenosi talk. So first is Electro Charge and Lunar Charge damage, and then second is Night Soul aligned damage. So in the second half, Mavuika is gonna be pretty much perfect. There is the Pyro Wayob, but you can just kinda one-shot him with a burst. And the Fluid Avatar of Lava is kinda annoying because you cannot melt him, but shouldn't be that much of an issue either. And the first half you can play Nuvilet and just slot in. Because you do have Nuvilet, right? Yeah, you do have Nuvilet. So you just play Nuvilet and slot in an Electro character. And you are good to go. Yeah, with a Nuvilet and the Mavuika, you shouldn't have much trouble in Abyss. Yeah, so the biggest issue with Mavuika, talent levels, right? And then you could probably replace one of the artifacts with something better because you can pick from any set on every one of them. But the main sets are good. Subsets ain't bad either. Would be nice to have like 60 crit rate, so you don't miss crits. Bennett, ooh, you don't have C6, that's a shame. If you have C6 but you haven't unlocked it, then do so. Free 15% pyro damage. Healing bonus hat, I mean yeah, that's like whatever. And Aquila, your Aquila is only level 70, so it's not good at all. You play Aquila for the high base attack, but it doesn't have high base attack because it's not leveled. So you definitely need to level your Aquila quickly. Also your burst is only level 7. You have C6, so unlock it ASAP. Easy 15% pyro damage for free. And yeah, you do want to level up your burst as well. It's not as high of a priority as Mavuika burst and skill. Kazuha level 90, level 80. But yeah, Mavuika skill burst first, but then level up Bennett's burst. If you are gated by weekly boss mods, then maybe you have them for Bennett, so then level up Bennett. Ideally crown his burst. The stats here, that's like okay. Doesn't matter all that much. You could play a crit rate hat, because Bennett heals enough by just existing. So you might as well play crit rate and like increase your team's DPS by 0.1%, but it doesn't matter all that much. You could also level up your Bennett if you want a bigger attack buff, but it's not really that relevant. For Nuvillet, once again, we have talent levels, you gotta level up the normal attack. The skill and burst are decent, but they can stay lower. But the normal attack needs to go all the way up. And Witsith is pretty bad, because two of the buffs are useless. Nuvillet does not care about attack or EM, so it's only elemental damage. It only works 1/3 of the time and like every other rotation, so it's not really worth it. If you don't have like VP, because like if you do have VP weapons, if you are a BP buyer, you can play Sacrificial Jade. Yeah, this one. Yeah, Sacrificial Jade is amazing. At R5, it can be like his second best option, just like overall, only after Sig. So Sacrificial Jade is amazing. Definitely play that. One thing with Sacrificial Jade though, it gives you a lot of crit rate. So you need to make sure to swap to a crit damage hat, right? Because you would have too much crit rate. Also, you definitely need to swap to HP Suns. Nuvillet does not scale with attack. Attack does nothing. So you essentially do not have any Suns. And also, once again, you have 5 Marius Hunter pieces. You only need 4 pieces of a set to get the set bonus, right? Playing 5 doesn't do anything. So for example, you could play like a Feather that actually gives you maybe like some crit rate, maybe some ER as well. He doesn't need that much ER when you play him with Furina, but it's useful still to have some, right? You could maybe have a flower that has any HP on it. Also, HP goblets are definitely very usable. A Hydro Goblet is good as well. Just play whatever has better substats, but just like, you know, more options. If you have some maybe offset HP goblets that you got somewhere from a different set, you could also play one. So yeah, definitely change the Suns. That's the biggest thing on Nuvillet. 2, change the weapon. Sacrificial Jade is gonna be amazing, and then 3, level up his normal attack. Also very high priority, right after Mabuika, or maybe even before her. Citlali, Wandering Event Star is fine, although yeah, I mean, there are bigger issues. Also, Sac Jade. Yeah, Sac Jade gives you a ton of HP, so if Sac Jade, it's probably closer. For Citlali, you still need some ER, even when you do have Scroll, you still need some ER. So probably just slap some ER Suns and you are probably gonna be good to go. Also for the main stats here, you just want EM, ideally, right? Other stats like cryo damage, attack don't really matter much. EM gives her a bigger shield, and it's one of the better stats for her damage as well. So that's okay. And the Wandering Event Star works if you do build a lot of EM, like you should. But it's usually probably worse than Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. Wandering Event Star is simpler to use though, so maybe it's more foolproof. It's okay. You'd also want to level it eventually though. It's not that high of a priority compared to like your Bennett's weapon level and your Mavuika and Nuvillet's talents. But yeah, it should be something you want to get. As for talent levels, higher level on the E would give you a bigger shield, but it's not the biggest deal. Citlali is kind of a character that works just by existing. The shred is from her talent. You don't need to level it up or anything. And then her cryo up is also constant. But yeah, ideally try to get some ER Suns, and once again, like, you already have 4-piece scroll, so you can get ER Suns from anywhere. And then ideally try to get EM on these pieces. But yeah, not that big of a deal. She can function even without those. Furina's looking pretty good, although you definitely want more burst levels. Also, if you want to make Furina deal any decent damage, you would need to level her up. Character levels matter most for characters who either scale with HP, scale with defense, or primarily deal damage through transformative reactions, so ones like Swirl. Aggravate, I guess, also counts. It's not really transformative, it's like additive, whatever. But if you deal damage mostly through like Aggravate or Swirl or Lunar Charged, you do want to level your character ASAP. Other characters that scale with attack also benefit from levels, but it's not as high of a priority. Usually you want to focus on talent levels first for those. But for a character like Furina, or Nuvilet, or Yelan, who scale with HP, you do want to level them ASAP. And you do want to stay on Golden Troop if you play her with Nuvilet, right? So that's fine, you don't need to swap her to Tenacity or anything. You should level up your Goblet though. It doesn't have great substats, but you are still missing out on like a little bit of HP because it's on level 19. Shouldn't be that difficult. Also, once again, your weapon is not leveled. It doesn't matter as much on Furina, because she doesn't care about the base attack, because she just scales with HP. But getting extra ER for free would still be nice. Okay. And if you are struggling to clear Abyss, you shouldn't focus on getting the highest possible hit with your Mavuika. You just focus on getting a reliable team. So, if you're gonna play Yansan, whether you are playing Yansan or Shilonen, I would just put scroll on everybody and not bother with stuff like instructors or anything. I was assuming you're just like, you already cleared all the content and for fun you want to get the biggest melt possible. And then you can go play like instructor Shilonen and whatever and min-max stuff. But if you just want to clear Abyss reliably, no need to play around with such stuff. Just make sure you have like leveled talents, leveled characters, leveled weapons. On Shilonen you will want something with just energy recharge. Ideally Favonius. Flutes of Edspital is not useless, gives you some more healing. It's okay. But if you have a free Favonius sword lying around, you could put it on her. If you don't, if all your Favoniuses are like here, then that's fine. And then defense, yeah, it's like whatever. Do you have another 5 sword? Yeah, you can swap it on Shilonen. You do want to level up your skill on Shilonen though, because the skill is where the elemental res decrease is on. So right now you have 27 on level 7, you can go up to 36 on level 10. So yeah, that's 9 shred. Pretty good. But once again, that's only after your Nuvilet is maxed, 9 or 10, and your Mavuika has 9 on 10 on her skill and burst. And for Nuvilet, just normal attack is good enough. You will also want to put any Electro character in your Nuvilet team, right? So like your Mavuika team would be Mavuika, Bennett, Citlali, and then either Shilonen or Yansan. Probably Shilonen for ease of use. But you could play Shilonen with Nuvilet as well, so you could put Yansan with Mavuika and Shilonen with Nuvilet. You have Inefa. Oh yeah, Inefa's gonna be great with Nuvilet. That's gonna be the best character to play. So playing like Nuvilet, Furina, Inefa, and then like Kazuha. That would be one of the best teams possible to play on the first half. Yeah. On your Kazuha, you definitely want to level him to 90, because he's a character who primarily deals damage by swirling. And you definitely want an EM hat. If you don't have any EM hats on Vivi, that's okay. This build is good enough. But eventually you'll want to replace it, right? Crit doesn't do anything for Kazuha really. His base damage is pretty terrible. You just want to focus on the swirl damage by building EM. Would also be nice to level up your weapon eventually. For weapons you always want to level them up. Pretty much on everybody. There are like very few exceptions. But yeah, your weapons usually should always go to 90. For characters, you kinda want to get everybody to Ascension 6, so 80 out of 90. And then after you get there, depending on the character, you might want to level them up ASAP. Characters like Nuvilet, Furina. Or if you have an attack scaler, like Mavuika, or a support like Bennett, they can stay on 80 out of 90. And then you will want to level up the key talents as much as possible. It's like skill and burst on Mavuika to max, Bennett burst to max, Nuvilet basic attack to max, Furina burst, Shilonen skill. But yeah, the biggest changes are gonna be on Nuvilet, right? You give him HP Suns, you give him Sacrificial Jade, and he's gonna deal like 10 times the damage. Okay, maybe not 10 times the damage, but he's definitely gonna deal double the damage. Okay. So where were we?
力っていうのは
Oh yeah, I was looking for a guy who would give me green. This guy. It's like such a random challenge. I guess he has red hair. Oh wait, or did he? Did he talk to us in the story? Maybe. And I ignored him? Let me get more water. Oh, and when you are gonna be building Inefa, it honestly doesn't matter much what set you are gonna play on her. You usually want to play like Tenacity on Inefa, but for Nuvilet it doesn't matter. So honestly, for Inefa, you can just put any artifacts. Like, you don't even need set bonuses. You can get 2-piece attack, or 2-piece EM, or 2-piece electro damage. But yeah, just give her good artifacts with good attack percent and crit subs. And for the main stats, attack, attack, crit. You want an attack goblet on Inefa. Damage bonus doesn't do much for her. And the most important thing for Inefa is just leveling her to 90. Because her damage from her passive, from her overclocking circuit, I think it's called, scales directly with her level. And her talent levels are not that important. You can level up the E for a stronger shield, but it's not high priority. That's Zaka. Dirt's work before finishing his job, and God knows where he stashed those dolls. I'm gonna so file a complaint. What dolls? Dolls modeled on holosaurs. I've been painting them. But Zaka, my apprentice, hasn't been showing up for work lately. He still has 3 left to paint, and I've got no idea where he put them. Would you mind helping me look for them? I think they should be nearby. I can give you a hand. Thank you so much. The Asha was just sleeping and lovely. What is this purple liquid? Am I supposed to shoot them with paint? Oh yeah, because they have little hats. I'll make this one purple because it's on the purple liquid, but I guess we'll make him blue. There is one. Oh, another one. Hello? Oh, the water keeps cleaning him. Oh. There you are. Wait. So this little Asha. Also, if I paint this thing, it should stop shooting out water? Okay, I just need to grab this Asha and then change this color. Hiding the opponent won't fool us. Oh my dear customer, Zaka could learn a thing or two from you. Not only did you find the dolls, but you painted them in record time as well. When he gets back, I will make sure he asks you for some pointers. Please accept this as payment. That's such a random challenge to get green from. If I knew I would have done this earlier. That's so simple. And takes no time at all. So that's lovely. Now we have green. There was something I wanted to paint green. Oh no, this is purple. It was at our like hotel. Yeah, here this. Get observe. Grab an Asha. And this. We painted green. Because in the quest you had to paint this green, or like it got painted because I didn't unlock green. The game painted it green for me. I didn't need to do anything, but yeah, this was supposed to be green for Venti, and I want to make it green as well now to commemorate the quest. Oh, hello. Whoops. It's actually hard to grab this thing because of the grabby point at the top. Oh, what about these overhang thingies? Hello, what? Yeah, I need to paint them from the top. Wait, we've got red, we've got yellow, we've got orange, green, and blue. I guess purple is the only color missing. I need to complete Traces of Chroma, unlock purple and come back here and paint this purple, because it's the only color not represented. Why would you be gone again? One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go to the main street in Easy Breeze Market. What's happening here? That's so cool! Try spraying another! Honestly, I don't get why Zoltan's so attached to you. Like, it's just a natural charm. Looks like you even made some little accessories for it. You really care about Zoltan, don't you? Wait, don't tell me you saw the famous Yanen with their adorable pet and thought, hey, I want one too. Hey, Paimon's no pet. Yan and Paimon are best buddies. That's right, just like Zoltan and I. We are the best of friends. So the little one's name is Zoltan. What a cute name. Nice to meet you. Zoltan, Paimon is Paimon, and this is Yan. Alright, playtime's over. Let's get to work and start painting. Huh? Wait a minute. That arrogant fellow hasn't shown up yet, has he? Aren't we starting a bit early? Haven't you noticed the crowd? Everyone's waiting to see your masterpiece. Don't keep your fans waiting. Oh, great designer. Okay, listen up, you two. Today's commission is pretty simple. Just paint the sports supplies and the store sign. Use the same technique as last time. But keep in mind the surfaces this time are a lot smaller, which makes it trickier to get the colors just right. Prepare yourselves, alright? What is the shiny up there? Let's start using blue this time. Fine, let's use either orange or yellow. Now he says red? What? Okay, so blue. Let's use red. And now yellow. Oh, now here I need to use orange or yellow. Okay. They probably mean mostly orange. Wait, so I painted this last time. And I wanted to come back when I get purple. Actually, let's make this one orange. I'll just make it all orange. Oh, okay. It took me out before I was done. Who's this guy? After all these years, seeing those colors again really brings back a flood of memories. This combination wasn't called complementary pairing. I remember one of Master's final works made use of this approach. Didn't think you would remember a small detail like that, though these days I just call it color contrast. After all, as the saying goes, color is the art of clash and contrast, a language of raw emotion, hence the name color contrast. Really, here I thought you were just thinking out of your youth mouth. You know, like the one time that little Tatankasaur headbutted you into a bunch of paint buckets, and they got splattered all over the room. Now that was a real clash and contrast of colors. Hey, you're bringing that up just to embarrass me in front of everyone, aren't you? Don't be such a stick in the mud. I'm getting older and nostalgia's starting to hit really hard these days. The old man was like that too, wasn't he? Always going on and on about the past like it was yesterday. Forgetting. Now there is a fate worse than death. Even when we forget that place, who will remember that the dazzling legacy of Chroma began in a pitch-black cave? A tree that forgets its roots can never bear good fruit. So yeah, I'll bring up the past now and then to keep it fresh in your mind. Every time you get all cryptic like this, it's never a good sign. Hold on, where is Salvo? Wasn't he acting all high and mighty before? He didn't even show up. Don't tell me that the cafe showdown spooked him so bad that he ran back to not cry. Someone's confident today. Of course I am. I've got Zoltan with me and the legendary Jan and Paimon to back me up. Our victory is a foregone conclusion. Good to see you in good spirits, little floaty. But come on, do you really think someone from Not Cry is gonna play fair? He could just threaten you outright, or try to bribe me behind your back. It wouldn't be complicated. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they already are on their way to the old man's grave. How is that possible? Only you and I are supposed to know where that cave is. Yeah, well, that was true. And a certain idiot got followed last time they went there. Wait, you mean after the bidding yesterday? Oh no, wouldn't the old man's place? If I know Alvo, he'll probably cut out every bit of wall, floor and rock in that cave with any trace of pigment on it, and analyze them piece by piece. I won't stand for this. We need to stop him now. Kozatl, Alvo really did head that way, and with a whole crew in tow. Big Sis went on ahead, but I'm afraid she won't be able to hold them off for long. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go everyone, time to see what Alvo's really up to. I could fix some paintings here, but I guess I will wait until I have purple to just like do coloring stuff. I'm wondering if they can like sell me anything. Ooh! I can buy furniture for the medal, so that's where we use them. I still need one more though. Let me mark him. Or actually wait, it's already... Oh, it's already on the map by default. I don't need to mark him. And I never noticed. Welp. Ooh, that's a big boy. Grab the mint, of course. So the calm way to go up is climb this thing or what? Oh no, it's like a windmill thingy. Grab this as well. Oh. Oh. Almost killed me. Not furniture here, unfortunately. Let's see. This is probably just bring me up the cliff, like they usually do. Yeah, I just went back to where I started. Okay, anything to paint over here? Not really. Oh, we can paint this here though. Thought maybe I could get something for it, but not really. Let's make this blue. Or maybe more contrast will be better. Actually, let's make it red. Yeah, that's more like it. There are a bunch of colors here. Did I paint it or is this pre-painted? Pre-painted things also do exist. Oh no, as I was going through this area, the orange paint bombs were exploding. Oh. Wait, this one is like blue above him. This one has yellow. This one has red. And this one like yellow again. Let's make the arrow green for the lulus. So now this all makes sense. Why is everything painted orange? And yeah, I did this. Kinda unknowingly. But yeah, some things that don't get painted and we can paint them ourselves. The more colors, the merrier. Okay, another surfboard that didn't get painted. Let's make it green. I'm probably gonna overuse the green now, because I finally got it after a long time. I've been waiting for the green for ages. Is it down below or what? I guess I'll grab this chest first. Just murder some locals. I could paint them all if I had an Asha. Oh yeah, there is an Asha right here. Okay, somebody already started painting this one yellow, so let's finish their job. Then this one is green. I guess the final one is supposed to be grey. That's kind of boring though. Wait, how would it look like? Yeah, no. Let's make him blue? That's more like it. And it's like yellow and blue make green. What about this place? I can't really paint them, can I? It seems like I've already taken the photo as well. Okay. Ooh. We can grab an Oculus here. But where is it? Up above? Down below? Probably below. Exactly. Oh, that's a regular grabby spot. Not an Asha grabby spot. That's rare. So it's something not intended for Asha use. At the resort. Oh, lovely artifacts. Nothing to paint here. Oh yeah, this guy. Any comments about what color you want, girl? Don't complain after I'm done, let's make him red. Nice. I guess she's like brown as well, so red fits. These guys are just chilling. Okay. So I'm probably meant to take the Yamkasaur if they purposefully put a Yamkasaurus thingy. Probably be easier to just use an Asha here, to be honest. It counts as completed, but I want to complete it fully. I don't want to do a half-ass job. Like the game wants me to. Okay, this should be enough. Just all blue. I was hoping for a different color on this side, but I guess it's okay. I'm trying to fill all the little gaps before I move on to the head thingy of this. I have ample time. Hey, hello? It barely works on that side. Okay, I am kinda running out of time, I need to hurry up. Okay, here we go. Did it auto-complete itself? No, it still is scuffed. We can use an Asha to finish it. What's up with all these fireworks, man? Chill. Big chest? Okay, where's the Asha? There's some over here. Chilling. Okay, so let's go up. No. Blue. Here we go, good angle. Yeah, now it looks nice. All that celebration just felt wrong when I didn't even fill in the paint completely. Also, this is not perfect either. Wasted so much time and they had to go fix it anyways. There is stuff here. Time for some casual murder of the locals. What's happening? Oh shoot, they're shooting at me. Wait, there's more? More? Oh, she survived. Thought she would like drown here. I'm kinda drowning here. Okay, now she killed herself. Somehow. Or was it a Chiori doll that took her out? I'm not sure. That was a pretty annoying fight. I guess at least it's not the smallest chest size. Not the biggest but not the smallest either. And a bunch of artifacts is my reward. Whoa. Oh, so this is where I was searching for the boys. Okay, let's get back to the quest at hand. I wanted to get purple. Wait, what was that? Oh, just regenerate Floristone. I know it's the activate sign, also like neuron activation. I should not have killed them, man. I kinda feel bad. They were just chilling. These birds, on the other hand, though, I will not feel bad. Whoa, they shot up so fast. Whatever, I got one. Dinner is served. Ooh, furniture chest? Yeah, screw this guy. And this old man's grave can wait. Oh, I dug out a Mora box. 15k Mora, just like that. Oh my god, this is cleared in one plunge, man. I really like the Mora chests. I know some people don't like them, because it's like, oh, I barely get anything, but I still need this for like completion. I just like grabbing stuff. What about this place? I think I've already been there. I like that if you use E to like leap above water, you don't consume more. Floristone immediately. Oops, only grabbed one. Back off! This is the old man's resting place and you are not welcome here. I'm warning you, Alvo, don't think you have the right to barge in just because numbers are on your side. That's funny, Miss Cafe owner. You just found out about this place yourself and now you're already keeping everyone else from getting their fingers in the pie? And what do we have here? The great Zolin and even the legendary Jan. What eminent company we have today. I don't suppose this means there is some sort of priceless secret hidden around here, hmm? What is this? Might be the crystal fly. Like some particle left from it. You scoundrel, instead of bidding properly you snuck off and came here. What's the big idea? Well, see, even if the Varikas were to take something by force, we wouldn't do so openly. We wouldn't stoop so low as to use sneaky tricks. It's disgraceful, you know? What are you trying to say? Ladies and gentlemen, behold, these flowing radiant hues. You've surely realized it by now. Yes, this is what they call a chroma masterpiece. Such a pity. Such colors left to wither under wind and sun, unknown to all of Teyvat. Luckily, our dear Mr. Lil Floaty here inherited this style, and recently started to make waves. Stop beating around the bush. You wanna say something? Spit it out. Over a decade has passed, yet this mural has no cracks nor signs of fading. It still shines as brightly as ever. That's thanks to some recent restoration. Judging by the marks, it was done just a few days ago. But these paint marks don't look like they were done by hand. They were sprayed on, almost as if an Asha did it. Care to explain these restorations, Mr. Zolin? Why don't you tell us who did this? And do please enlighten us, because now my curiosity is well and truly piqued. Who exactly is the real master of chroma flare? You seem awfully confident in your theory, Alvo. Of course, I took some paint from here yesterday and had it analyzed by experts, which revealed that these pigments contain extraordinarily pure, volatile phlogiston, almost as though they are alive. More precisely, these pigments weren't made by humans. They were created by a phlogiston-rich life form. In other words, this paint is the work of an Asha, a living being made of pure phlogiston. No wonder its colors put to shame anything humans can make. And look who we have here, Zolin's ever-present Asha companion. Quite the coincidence, isn't it? Face it, everyone, the chroma flare was never about human artistry. Just 2 generations of con artists taking credit for an Asha's natural talents. Oh, but there's more. Zolin's colors have never gone beyond the old man's palette. They both never used purple. And the Asha with them? It's been the same one all these years. Little Floaty, now it makes sense why Zoltan took to me so quickly. So the truth is that this story isn't about a prodigy designer returning home after studying across Natlan, but instead about a pitiful orphan, an orphan who, upon stumbling upon an Asha in the wild, his childhood teacher's companion gave in to malice and started stealing the fruits of others' labor. And that venerated master? Nothing but a clever fraud who fooled an entire generation. The evidence is on my side, Zolin, and I'm not even done going through all of it. But honestly, the look on your face is all the proof we need. Kozatl, you set me up. Lil Floaty, look at me. Tell me this isn't true. Jan Paimon, you two are champions of justice. I'm sure you won't shield this petty criminal. Zoltan, are you trying to say something? There's something fishy about this. Fine, since you insist, I won't argue. Investigate all you want, just don't disgrace yourself in the process. And could I talk to you for a moment? He's over there. Let's first investigate. A workbench covered in dust. Its wooden surface is stained with paint and traces of fine brushwork. A pile of dried up paint. There is no sign of purple chroma. Zoltan, I won't lie, I still don't really get what's going on, but I trust the old man. He'd never steal anything, especially not from the Asha. I'll stay here and keep Alvo in check. Make sure he doesn't get in your way. The rest of the truth, I'm counting on you to uncover it. Well, have you made up your mind, great adventurers? I need a little more time. Very well, but remember, time waits for no one. Oh, there are little fish here. I need to paint them later. Oh, we can go deeper still. As mentioned by Alvo, the research look fresh. And something that I couldn't read in time. Why would it flash across the screen and not just a text box? I already cleared out this cave after the old one passed. Aside from these notes, there shouldn't be anything of value left. But if you've still got questions, take the notes. Maybe you'll reach a different conclusion than I did. Okay, this is a diary, a journal is to organize my thoughts. But why do I have to write these notes? I can't quite remember. But maybe that's exactly why I have to write them. Before I start, I need to write down a few things to make sure I don't forget. Oi, cartographers, Slipperion, this is my journal, so you two brats better not be reading this. If I catch you, there will be hell to pay. Now we can get down to business. It's strange, honestly, there is this strange creature that's always been circling around me. The way it acts makes me think it's somehow very familiar with me. But I don't remember ever running into it, or where I could have possibly encountered it. If only it could talk, maybe then I would be able to get some information from it. Luckily this old dog knows how to act, so it shouldn't have realized that I don't remember it. It would break my heart to make a little cute little thing like that sad. Or maybe it doesn't care at all. Speaking of this little thing, those two brats seem to call it an Asha. From where I'm sitting, it's like a small animal that has very simple and straightforward emotions. In essence, whatever emotion it's feeling determines the color it creates in its body. Anger and anxiety give red, sadness mostly gives blue, and happiness gives us yellow. I suppose that means the colors are how Asha directly express their emotions. Of course, the color palette of this little creature is incomplete. For some reason, it can't produce any purple, which is a shame. I'm sure an Asha's purple pigment would differ from ordinary ones. I would love to see it. There are differences even between Asha. The Asha with me, it's even more special. It's like there is some invisible bond tying us together. I know it and I know I can understand its emotions, along with some of its simple thoughts. I know it moves the way it does, and sometimes I think I can almost see an expression on its face. Can Asha even make expressions? Sometimes I feel like it can feel my emotions. It uses some other method to make contact with me, to understand me. When I've forgotten too much and when I can't even speak properly, it still finds some different way to communicate with me. Even though my memory is all in tatters, I still remember. Color is the art of collision and contrast, a language of intense emotion and extension and transmission of memory. I know who even said that. Maybe it's because I'm close with the Asha. Maybe that's why it can understand me, that's why it can form those colors? Then why can't it make purple? Is it because purple is too complicated? Purple, a contradiction and entanglement, a dream, a long plunge. It's the sky at nightfall when the stars are yet to wake. Or maybe it's the only color an old man who's about to forget everything can still cling onto. But why does my brain keep telling me that the Asha's soul and mine are connected? Alright, I remember when telling me I was some sort of famous priest in my youth. Was I? Those memories of priesthood are buried under layers and layers of fog. I'm not sure if that was ever me anymore. There's an attempt at archaic thaumaturgy and an experiment on whatever Florison-based life can transmit memory. In my memories I hear my voice saying these words to me, but what does it all mean? A few lines of small print follow. I might have forgotten many things, slippery one, but I know darn well that you don't listen to a word I say. I'm sure you've secretly read this journal. There are too many things I can figure out, and I have too little time left to think about them. But if it's you and Cartographer, perhaps you can find an answer. Cartographer can be a little clumsy, but he has a pure heart. I'm sure he will one day find his own colors, and I'm not worried about him. I want him to take care of the Asha. But you, slippery one, you are clever. Much too clever, even. You have far too many questions that you wish to answer, far too many contradictions to resolve, and far too long a road ahead. As I am now, I certainly cannot provide those answers. I can only repeat to you the words I still remember. Color is the art of collision and contrast, a language of intense emotion, an extension and transmission of memory. A person's colors are always shaped by the path they have walked. I hope you take fewer detours and find your own colors soon. Oh, the thingy respawned. Well, have you made up your mind, great adventurers? Yeah, here we go. Albus analysis. While these chroma flare pigments share similar ingredients to those used by regular Asha artists, their texture and level complexity are on another level. The one seems quite emotional, and whenever it expresses strong emotions, it seems it can't help but spray out paint. What I read in the manuscript, that color is the expression of powerful emotions and the extension of the transmission of memories. It seems to have something to do with Zoltan's emotions. The colors must be connected to Zoltan somehow. But it seems that Asha don't have particularly complex emotions or memories. It's hard to imagine that one Asha alone could create such rich colors. Zoltan's been here with Zolin and Alu this whole time. It's hard to imagine this place having anything to do with the other Asha. I already ruled that idea out. In fact, Zoltan's expressions of color and emotions are closer to those of humans, especially those who are close to it. Could its memories have come from humans? Zoltan's emotions could be interpreted as a transmission of memories from those around it. The absence of purple then might also be tied to something human. So what was the main reason for purple being missing? Purple being full of contradictions and entanglement, like a plunge into the abyss or the gasp of waking from a dream. Such a complex emotion defies simple explanation. Though it's hard to get purple paints in the Noxy Dock, it seems like Zolin and Alu have no trouble at all. Alu spent many peaceful years living in a cave, and Zolin gained fame at an early age. That's why neither of them has contradicting memories that would otherwise give us purple. Wait. When I think about it, it seems that they do meet the conditions after all. Am I playing a world quest? Yes, this is a world quest. The one that gives me the color purple in the Asha color wheel. For Asha, the ability to transmute memories into color was never innate. It had to have been bestowed upon it. The manuscript also recorded Alu's research on Soren inscriptions, as well as secret mnemonic arts from the Masters of the Nightwind. Maybe that's where it got its transmutational abilities. Alu created Zoltan with their arts, and Zoltan absorbed Alu's memories and emotions. That must be where its wide range of colors came from. So in essence, Chroma was a collaboration between Alu and Zoltan. So in essence, the Chroma Flare style was created by the Old Man and Zoltan. I see, now we just need one last decisive piece of evidence. Zolin, since that's the case, why don't you try what Jan suggested? Believe in yourself, Zolin. Got it. Zoltan, my partner, please, I'm counting on you. Oh, it's really purple. Amazing little floaty. You've achieved what even the Old Man never could. Emotions and memories, huh? Old man. Guess I never really understood what you were teaching me. Funny, I was even about to... It actually worked, all those years. You knew, Master? You really believed in me? You were telling me the truth all along, and now the colors. That's why you made me care for the Asha. Why you pushed me to travel and sketch in all sorts of places before you passed. All of it, everything you did was to help me find my own path, my own colors shaped by my own memories and emotions. How do you get this quest started? You have to spray a specific wall at the Easy Breeze Market. When you spray it, a guy comes up to you. It's called the Traces of Chroma, I think? Yeah. Trace of Chroma. You have to go here, right? Easy Breeze Market, a bit southeast to this marker. And you have to spray paint one like big empty wall with a guy in front of it. And when you put some paint here, he will start talking to you. And then you just continue the quest. I think I found a new set for Linne. You want to ask if this flower is worth to keep. Eric Clapton, Old Love. Yeah, I don't think that's your UID. I need your UID, X, and what you pasted in chat was not your UID. But rather the song you were listening to, I think. I would assume. Or something like that. Okay, let's go back to it until you copy your UID. And I thought you just didn't believe in me. I thought you saw me as a talentless hack. I thought you made me do all the chores just to be rid of me because I wasn't worth your time. So that's what this was all about, Zoltan. That's what you've been trying to tell me all along, and I thought... Master, if I'd only known... Bravo, bravo, what a show! Looks like the legendary Jan has already made up his mind. I guess it's time for you all to see what the Varikas is really capable of. Watch out, Jan! I mean, did he really have to? Couldn't he just have like given up? Like a smart guy should. In the face of Tumaini. Oh. He twirled on him. Hey, Yuto, seriously, thank you. Without your help, I can't even begin to imagine how this would have played out. As for Alvo, I will get someone from the resort to deal with him, and these two little rascals. 2 days, Big Sis. Just give us 2 days. We'll definitely make things right by then, please. Okay, let's check the Linnae. Is this flower worth to keep? Okay, so we got level 89. I mean, I guess that's fine. He doesn't really need 90 much. Normal attack is what matters most. So level 9 here is good and 8-7. Yeah, that's okay. Freddy Magic is the best weapon. And then, yeah, this set. So the first thing that jumps out is that you don't really have all that much crit rate. Although I guess your pieces are still unleveled. Your Suns and your Feather, so it's hard to judge. But they don't have crit rate subsets at all, actually. So even if you do level them, you are not getting more crit rate. Because like, even when you fully level this, you are only gonna have... I mean, even if you get the effect fully stacked, right? You're gonna have 80 crit rate. Which is subpar. Because then you have 220 crit damage and you might even get more as you level the Suns and the Feather. So you should try getting some pieces with crit rate. Now this gives you some, and you really do need it. So is this piece like amazing? Not really. You would ideally want a piece that also has crit damage on it instead of like HP %. But it is like, you do really need it, right? If you are not gonna play a crit rate hat, you do need pieces like this. You need like another one like this actually with 15 crit rate on it. So it's decent, you know? It's not like amazing, but definitely the best thing you can play for now. And yeah, try to get Suns and a Feather with crit rate on it as well. Or a hat that rolls into crit rate and not all flat HP and flat defense. Unfortunate on that hat. It was a 3-liner anyways with 3 flat subs, so I guess like this was never gonna be an amazing piece. Yeah. But you would either want like a crit rate hat. Although a crit rate hat might be a bit too much. Yeah, if you got a crit rate hat, you would overcap on crit rate. Ideally, you just want a crit damage hat that actually rolls into crit rate and attack %. And I guess same with every single piece. Man, the low rolls. Oh, this piece is so sad. 2 flat HP rolls. And then low rolls everywhere. Yeah. 2 days it is. Very well, if Jan says so, I'll go along with it. You two better not let me down, I'll be watching and waiting. And we unlocked purple! Nice, the color purple actually has some lore to it. Not just like random like the green you got. Remember what Novilla said? Let me take a look. Sacred gives you a ton of HP, so a high goblet is okay. HP Suns. Oh, you overcap on crit rate anyway, so I guess them having no crit rate is good. Yeah, with Sacrificial Jade it is pretty easy to overcap. But you're overcapped by 10%, so this flower actually has 0 stats. Right, it has no HP %, no crit damage, and all 10% of this crit rate is overcapped. So you don't have a flower, essentially. I mean, your flower has no substats. That's a bit of a shame. The other pieces are good. I guess it would be nice to have a crit damage hat that has HP % on it. But like, the other pieces are like, fine. But yeah, the lack of HP % subs is a bit of an issue. Nobody really likes HP, so yeah. You want to get a flower that actually has anything on it and not nothing. Like HP crit damage and maybe a bit of ER. You don't really need much more ER though. HP crit damage, right? And then just like HP subs in general on your different pieces. Do not underestimate them. An HP sub is gonna be worth almost as much as a crit sub.
Yeah.
I've already been here. Right? Oh, but I didn't finish the place. So we have to find Asha doing different things. And I found one, but I found two, but not the third. So yeah, one was here. Wait, I wanted to paint some of these purple, right? Actually, no, this is green, this is yellow and red. Oh, here is the monet too. Yeah, I found the third one right now as well. Let me use my E. Grab the one that's higher up first. And now the lower one. Nice. Okay, so what about you, little guy? What do you want? Does he want me to paint this or what? This is my newly obtained purple. Oh yeah, it went off. But he's not moving. What does he want? Maybe I need to paint all the stars for him. I haven't finished the quest, but I got purple now, even though I haven't finished fully. You just need to do most of it, not all of it. Did he require me to like use specific colors or something? No! Oh my god. No, don't grab this. Oh yeah, I do need to use specific colors. Blue, yellow, blue. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, it like shows that it's correct. What's wrong with this like streak? Something was wrong here. Ah, this area is permanent. Something is wrong here. I think this should like connect together. I feel like this rock face is off. So yeah, this lasts forever, not even like whole patch. Well, that's unfortunate. Huh? Nice.
平等に分配しないことは争いにつながるものだが、私はいらないから持っていくといい。
How are my funds looking? Okay, I have a decent number of primos. Does that think we spend almost everything on Inefa? Man, this bothers me so much. I should take a screenshot. Or like use the camera. Take a photo and send it to like Genshin support. I will forget for sure. I mean, the open even lasted 3 weeks, not 7 days. But yeah, the things that were limited, I guess they are no longer here. The things that were actually limited was only the extra activities. So there was this like shooting range. And then something. What were the other activities? There was that combat one with the boom boom machine and something more. Right, so only those minigames were limited. The story is permanent, the area is permanent. Rainbow Gun minigame What is bugged about it? Oh, there are multiple Rainbow Gun minigames. Oh, well, you have like the balls and you have to make it so that 3 balls in a row are the same color? I was kinda confused about it at first as well, but I finally figured it out. It's more like... I thought at first that I just need to like do it quickly. But no, you only have like 6 shots and it's a puzzle. You need to make every shot in the right position. So it's not bugged, it's just more difficult than the average puzzle in Genshin is nowadays. Being colorblind in this area is pretty rough, that is true. Whoa! Is this where we went through with Molani? Where am I going? Oh, here we go. Cool that it lights up even when you run through it normally. Wonder if Molani, if you move through it with Molani like normally outside of the event, does it count as moving on water? Probably not. Let's paint this little thingy. Now they have all the colors, I have no excuses, now we need to paint the entire resort. Okay, this is done. A shower. This even makes you want to go to a theme park. After some traumatic experiences in my childhood, I'm not really good with water. I should try to learn to overcome it though. Water is cool and swimming is cool. But I can't swim and I'm kinda like... I mean, it's not that I'm scared of water, it's more like... I mean, I kinda am. When I get cold water on my face, I kinda get like a mini panic attack. Because I mean, I didn't drown. How do you say this? I mean, I got put involuntarily underwater by a classmate of mine when I was in elementary school, and I just couldn't swim after that. And I guess none of the teachers there had enough patience to teach me how to overcome that. But even when but it's only cold water. Even when I'm like showering, if I pour ice cold water over my face, I like can't breathe. If it's warmer, it's fine though. Somehow I got used to warm water. Give me the eggs. Nice. Little run in swimming pool, yeah, so that's similar for me. I think I also when I was a kid, maybe even younger, we went to a water park. And I was supposed to go down like a water slide. And my dad was supposed to be at the bottom, ready to like catch me as I would like fly out. But he didn't catch me. And I fell into the water. And now I was underwater. And, you know... and couldn't swim. Somebody fished me out eventually. Not sure if it was my dad or somebody else, but I was really traumatized by then. It depends on water temperature for you as well. Maybe it's something that people scared of water have in common. Let's make this one orange. Oh, you can... Oh! You can like click on them! What? Yo, that's crazy! And then, like, I am here? Whoa, they made this entire UI for a function nobody will ever use? I wonder if we'll see more maps like this in Not Cry. Interactive maps. And then it's boats? No. I mean, there are some mini games that use these bows, but you can't just swim on them. You can paint them though. I'm just painting stuff for funsies. Investigate. Oh, there is an investigation spot inside. Okay, makes sense. Wait, that's so many artifacts. Oh, and more up here. Damn. Any other unpainted thing? No, but I can see a chest. Let's first go here. Oh, I can't paint these guys. They are pre-painted. Oh? None of these colors match my outfit. It's so pretty now. I like these little color challenges. What about this? Oh shit. Do I need to jump on every one of them? I think so. Whoa! No! No, 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 no. Am I gonna make it now? I wasted so much time. Okay, I made it. And you get dog kills as well, very nice. I love challenges like these. Will actually lead you to something you would want to see anyways. You're in great shape, thank you. Ouch. Okay. More furniture. Oh. I remembered. Yeah, this is ready. If I place it in water, I should be able to electrocharge it. I could use... I could go to an electro thingy. Oh yeah, the electrocharge does help. Whoa. Nice. I wasted a few days because I think I would have been able to do this on like Wednesday? I got a recipe. Gentle Sea Breeze? Where did I get that from? No idea. I need to visit my teapot. There are plants awaiting my harvest. I should be able to reach 100% exploration here by the time Not Cry comes out. Even if I don't, it's no biggie, but I think I should be able to. Okay, we got the Plui Lotai, or Lotuses? I don't know. But yeah, I got them today, now we can plant them. Valberries from farming the Anemone Hypostasis. Loom these berries by just passing through Fontaine. Oh yeah, during like the... Yelan quest. Every seed has its story.
この同点
You did it yesterday? Oh, you missed out on using the transient resin on Stygian Onslaught. Because during the first 10 days of Stygian Onslaught, you get like the extra artifact drops. Every 120 resin you spend, you get an extra artifact. So ideally you want to use your transient resin and any fragiles during that period. I mean, if you cleared IT yesterday, that means you couldn't have claimed the transient from it. Because like you get the transient from IT as well. There are transients from this shop, and you can store up 2 for the initial Stygian Onslaught. You got earlier? So wait, so did you clear the IT now or earlier? Now I'm confused. I got an extra star, okay. Oh, I don't have the wood, man. Okay, I can craft these. Wait, trampoline! It's a real mechanism, it actually lets you jump! Yo, we are making more of them. And this is a special object. Which yeah, this is actually functional. You can go and pew! There are other trampolines already, there are like little tubby trampolines you can make. Yeah, there are these. There are bouncy tubbies and bouncy chubbies. But you know, you might not want to have a weird owl head in your build. And now this is an alternative. Oh, and these are like little mini games you can make. Yeah. Okay, so we bought everything here, that's the important part. Yeah, putting this like somewhere, putting this like here maybe so they can go and like jump up. Maybe I should even put a tubby here. Jumpy tubby or jumpy chubby. Yeah, that would actually be lovely. I never thought of this. Do I have load here left? I have some. So now, where are the special thingies? Oh, here we go. Wait, it's the other way around. I don't want to place it like that. Now it's on cooldown, man. Oh no. Let me... Okay, here we go. Man, so much trouble to rotate a little bird. Which it looks kinda spooky. I might replace it with the new platform when I actually get them crafted. Whoa, sent me way higher than I thought it would. But yeah, that's very cool. I like sometimes climbing onto this place for no good reason. And when you use bounce pads like this, you don't take fall damage when you fall down. As long as you don't open your glider or like do anything else that's weird. If you just like bounce, wait, if you just bounce and you don't do anything, you will never take fall damage. Although I hit the tree, and then after falling from the tree I could have taken fall damage, but like hitting the tree itself did not give me fall damage. But yeah, those are great for vertical builds. To actually be able to enjoy them properly. I feel like this is a bit too big, this house. I feel like this door is not supposed to be 2 people tall. There are some Inazuman furniture items that where they just took like a building they had and they like made it bigger. And it doesn't really feel right because of that. There was a nice shrine building I wanted to use in my shrine build. But it was just like way too overscaled. So I had to take a smaller one. Because it's like a big shrine you can take, like the main shrine from Narukami Island. But then the counter is like taller than a person. Because they just took it and make this bigger by stretching it. It's kind of unusable. I'm so happy that they increased the load limit and I was able to put this here. Because this little foxy stall, it's from an event, I think. And it uses a ton of load. It has like a bunch of like floating little thingies, so I get it. All of these things are moving, all of these items here. But yeah, I wasn't able to place it because of this. Too much load. So I had to use a more simple stall that was a generic. But now, and by now I mean like a year ago, they increased teapot load, and I was able to place it down. And I'm so happy about this. Because it actually got like Fox merchandise. And that's what this is supposed to be all about. Right? Yeah, it's running a shrine and she's also selling merch and souvenirs. And my event fish and Kanomiya fish and this random guy from Liyue. Because it's pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me TP back to Natlan. But before we go, I still want to do Genshindle. Yesterday I failed the ability, right? No, what did I fail? Oh no, I failed emojis. Yeah. And wait, what was it? Oh, it was Furina. I didn't get that crab means Furina. That was my failure, man. And it wasn't the first time crab meant Furina. Okay, Bowser that ascends with crit rate. From above 2 points. From above, from like a fontaine or... It's like Chaska. No, but it's not ascend with crit rate. Okay, it's way below. So it's like early fontaine. So Linne. Does Linne ascend with crit rate? Oh, he does. Okay, I didn't know that. Your Linne had so little crit rate. Like X's Linne had so little crit rate, I thought he wouldn't ascend with crit rate. But I guess he has a crit damage weapon, so ascends with crit rate. Even though he's supposed to play a crit rate set. In the Mortal World at a time like this, is it not customary to use an umbrella? Xianyun? Zhongli? Another Adeptus, maybe, or like Raiden? No. In the Mortal World. It's a girl. Shenhe? Oh yes, it was Shenhe, nice. I guess I should have recognized her voice actress, because she also voices Saber. But I did not. Why do some people make this argument that we will give fake colors to fish? Oh, you mean like dyes to make like them look different? Like feed a salmon some red dye so that it's more red? I mean, because that's something that they do. That is a thing. Just because... But you type this with a Y. It's like dye. Because if it's with an I, then like it's death. But if it's with an Y, it's like paint. So where was I? So yeah, like the fish, like salmon they do add dyes to their feed so that the meat is more red. Because natural salmon can be much less pink, much less salmon colored than the salmon that people are used to. It doesn't necessarily make it worse. Although I'm not sure what the dyes are. As long as they are natural, it doesn't hurt anybody. But it can make you, like, if there are two salmons and one is more red and the other one is less red, you would think the more red one is better because it's like healthier. I mean, other types like pet fish. So wait, so you are browsing some like fish keeper forums and people post pictures of their fish and then the others accuse them of giving them dice to make them look nicer? Is this what you are talking about? Maybe it's like Fremine? Kinda looks like a helmet. No, it wasn't. It's just healing. Wait, it's healing? And then slash something else. Could this be like Kokomi? Plunge heal. Xianyun or Xiao? Air of Prosperity? It's Pyro. So is this not a plunge icon? Air of Prosperity. Pyro character. Healing. Healing. Arlecchino has like the block healing passive, but it probably wouldn't look like this. Bennett? I don't think Bennett has any passive that would do this. Wait, what are Bennett's talents actually? Like his Ascension 1 and Ascension 4 talents? I don't know, man. Could be Dihya. Because she does have a self-healing passive. You know what? I'm just gonna pick her. It was Gumming. Oh yeah, he does plunge. And he does also heal. Another streak lost, man. And this was my highest streak. I would have hit 50. If I kept scrolling, I would have gone to Gaming and I would be like, oh yeah, it's Gaming, of course. But I was like, Dihya fits enough. Because I was maybe this is not plunge and instead this could be like her skill or something. That's why I picked this, even though she cannot plunge. Okay, Compass. Mika. Nice. I remembered he exists. It's gotta be Shuei this time. No? Pitch Dark Hook the Great. Yes. You know saying that people give artificial color to pet fish before selling. I mean, it could be both. Like some fish definitely have radiant colors, naturally. But that doesn't mean that they can be fed something to be even more colorful. I'm not sure, like I'm not well versed in pet fish. I used to have a fish when I was like 10 or something. But his aquarium was way too small. And then he just died. Probably mainly because of that. So the aquarium was way too small, and also we didn't really have any like air thingy system where you like push extra air to the water so that the fish can breathe easier. So it died young because the conditions weren't good. But yeah, I didn't know any better. I was like 10, and my parents didn't care. If I were to get a fish now, I would get a huge aquarium. And actually care for it properly. I was thinking that like, if I ever feel too lonely, I could get some fish. It could be a nice thing to have. But yeah. After that, I never really had any fish. So yeah, I don't know much about fish. This life is fleeting like a cloud, leaving no mark behind like morning dew and lightning. I wanted to do Xianyun, but is it like Acheron? I don't even know what the gender of this person is. I think it's a guy? Kendall Bird and Han Megumi, although Megumi feels more like feminine. So I don't even know what the gender is. Sounds nihility like. Could it be like Aventurine? I'm gonna fail this, man. Ah, I could hear the line. That's the only thing that can save me. Ratio. Okay, what are you?
この身はまさに電光長路流れる雲のごとく名は残さん
So it was a girl. Get a cat, I think they're more fun. I don't really... I'm... too clean of a person. I don't really want a furry animal. I had a super lovely... Like, if I could resurrect my previous cat, 100%. He was such a lovely pet. He wasn't like normal cats. He was giga chill, low maintenance. I could rub his belly and he would never be mad. I could do anything with him. But he wasn't too pushy either. So like, that cat, yeah, he was perfect. But the average cat has probably a stronger personality. And like, yeah, either way... wait, what is this? This is like Jingyuan. Oops. No? It's not Jingyuan? What is this? I'm actually pretty surprised. Acheron? Oh, it is Acheron. So some cat can get too violent when you pet them for too long, but that cat would not. And one of my most beautiful memories with him is when I went out, it was like a warm night, a warm summer night, clean sky, and I just went to my garden to stargaze. And it was like super dark, I couldn't see like anything. I just lied down on the grass, and suddenly I felt something like brushing up against me, and it was my cat. He noticed me in the dark and came to me to just like lie next to me and chill. It was so beautiful. I was like lying on the grass, looking at the stars and petting my cat. So that was super cool. But yeah, unfortunately one day he just left, because he was like an outdoor cat. And yeah, one day he just left and never came back. But he was already very old. One day it's gonna be Boot Hill, man, when it's gone first. But it's almost never Boot Hill. They always go with like Topaz or Natasha. We had a dog as well, the dog wasn't as lovely. He was still a dog, like all dogs are good. But he was an under average dog. He had a traumatic experience when he was bitten by a bigger dog when he was small. And then he kinda was not really all that trusting to people. Oh, she was a different boss, but it's a stun character that used this. So it's like Chingy. Oh, that was a misplay. Dogs scream when they started barking suddenly. But yeah, I like having peace and quiet. And also like... I have this OCD-ish thingy. I was thinking that I should probably get diagnosed, because it's probably actually some like minor mental illness. Where like, whenever I touch something that I don't deem clean, I have to like wash my hands ASAP, and that includes animals always. So I would never like pet a dog and then go back to playing a game. No, I would pet a dog and I would have to wash my hands and then I could go back to playing a game or something. Or even doing something on my phone, or just like doing whatever, right? I would always have to wash my hands after touching my dog or my cat. So that's why they're kind of annoying for me. Furry pets like this. So fish are more chill, right? You don't need to touch fish. I mean, touching anything related to the fish would also... I would also go wash my hands afterwards. But I would just like feed them once or twice per day and that'll be fine. Okay. Let me also mark the achievements. I mean, if you like pet your dog twice and then you just want to touch your keyboard, I feel like most people would not have to wash their hands in between those two actions. But I have to. I like physically cannot skip that step. But yeah, it's like a mental thingy. Okay. Azure Isle Treasure Hunter. Azure Isle Adventurer. And Asha's Rainbow of Gravity. Good. I need water. Okay, we still have a bunch to do, 50% achievements and like 60% exploration, which also means like under 50% in practice. I got 63. So it's probably around like 40, maybe 30, 40%. Because you get 100% when you still have a bunch of stuff left. Which is still a lot of fun stuff to do. When's the Notcry update? In less than 3 weeks. Here you have a countdown on the banner. 17 days, add like 1 or 2. Because you know, the banners end, then there's like 1 day without, and then like at night there's an update or something. So yeah, like 18, 19 days, 19 days. I think it's gonna be... So it's 1, 2... It should be the 10th. The 10th of September. The preview, the Notcry preview livestream should be in 2 weeks. So, on the 5th. Or, wait. Or next week? No, is it gonna be next week? It's either next week or in 2 weeks. When do live streams usually air? And I think it should be next week, actually. I never remember if it's like the week after or the week... or 2 weeks after. Either next Friday or the one after that. 19 days until Flins. I mean, we don't know. Like, what we know for almost sure is that Lauma is first half. Because she got dripped first. And that has always been the case. Every single time. There are a few patterns when it comes to Genshin marketing, but that's one of them. The first dripped character is always first half. But does this mean that Flint is not first half? Not necessarily. Because we have had 2 new characters be run on the same banner before. Mavuika and Sitlali. And it was also during the anniversary patch, no? Or actually, no, it wasn't the anniversary patch. Because anniversary patch was 5.0. It was during the Lantern Ride patch. Yeah, it was Lantern Ride. And they put Mavuika and Sitlali in the first half. Like, I remember there was a dev stream. And dev streams happened for the anniversary and Lantern Ride. Right, so it was like either one of those. So they might have like front-loaded the new characters so that second half would be just like Lantern Ride. But then they rerun Arlecchino, so that's not Leo anyways. Whatever, it was weird. It was just to like make people spend more to pull them both. Lantern Ride was 5.3. Things like move around. Just like anniversaries used to be like 0.1 and now they are 0.0. We'll probably need a shorter patch cycle this time. We should... next... Like in Notcry, it should end at like 0.6 or 0.7. Or otherwise the anniversary will start happening before a new region comes out. Because like 9 patches, so 0.0 to 0.8 is more than a year. Because it's 9 patches times 6 weeks per patch. Whoops. Times 6 weeks per patch. Times 7 days per week. And that's 378, so 13 extra days compared to a year. So each year, the dates drift by 2 weeks. And they eventually moved to earlier patches. Until they make a shorter patch. A shorter region, right? So that's why it could be 0.4 before. But now it was like 0.3. Either playing for characters and not for the weapon. Although both for Flints. For Flints it's probably better to pull for C1 actually if you want to pull twice. If you just want the weapon for the drip, sure. Nothing wrong with that. But he has an amazing C1. I don't think the weapon is nearly as amazing as his C1. Because the weapon is here and then he is here. So the weapon, high base attack, low crit rate sub. So already, if it was like lower base attack, higher crit rate, It's like whatever. Probably either way is fine. You're not gonna play many attack buffers with him, so maybe higher base attack is better. It doesn't make that big of a difference, but like lower crit rate sub. And then 36% lunar charge damage bonus, so that's like an equivalent of some EM, however much, I don't know, wait. Actually, I can take a look at like my Inefa. So lunar charge damage increased by 33. So it's like around 120 EM if you are at 0 EM. And a bit more if you have more EM. So it's probably like between 120 and 200 EM worth of stats. And then 28 crit damage. And regenerates 12 energy. Energy can be pretty nice, although you don't really need all that much energy. And you regenerate 12 energy once per rotation, pretty much. Because your rotations are 16 seconds long, this is 14. But, so, like, it's a good weapon. But his C1... The basic one of the special elemental skill is reduced to 4 seconds. So now you can get out an extra enhanced skill. I think normally you get 2, and now you get 3, or do you get 3 and you get 4 now? Because they are 6 seconds cooldown. Yeah, normally you get 2 skills. The two mini bursts, rather. Because a special skill is followed by a special burst. So normally you get 2, now you get 3. So that's 50% more. And that's where most of his damage comes from. And he regenerates extra energy. Now this extra energy is not really extra energy. It's just to offset the cost of the extra burst. So it doesn't make your energy requirements smaller. Now, combining both, extra energy from here and then like nice stats combined with this, lovely. But if you had to pick one, it's probably C1. You feel like you're getting a lecture from a mathematics teacher. I think that's nice. As long as you are enjoying the class. Is it gonna be useful without Inefa? So, Fleens with Inefa. So like the ideal Fleens team is gonna be Fleens, Inefa, and then most likely Aino and Sucrose. 2 4-stars, so like pretty cheap. Everybody should have Sucrose by now. Aino is gonna be free. You don't need any Aino, because the reason why Aino is best, the reason why Aino is gonna be the best Hydro for him. Now she can give some EM buffs. C1 gives EM, 80 EM for the team, and then C6 is 35% lunar charge damage. Those are fine, but this is not why you play her. You play her because she has a low burst cooldown, 13.5 seconds. While most other Hydros you would play have like at least 18 second cooldowns. Xingqiu is like 24 or something. Yelan is 18 on her burst. Furina is not really great to play because damage bonus does not benefit Fleens. He only benefits from attack and crit and EM, because most of his damage is lunar charge damage. Lunar charge damage does not get affected by damage bonuses, so you don't want to play Furina because of that. The HP drain just drains your HP for no reason. Xingqiu and Yelan burst cooldowns are too long, so you are left with like Aino or C6 Candies, and Aino is just better. So you play Aino, and then you don't want damage bonus buffs, but you want Shred. So you don't want Kazuha or Shironen, because part of their power budget is in damage bonus buffs. Instead you play Sucrose, who buffs EM and gives you Shred. So that's the team, right? So, what if you don't have Inefa? You still need a second Electro character, because otherwise your ER requirements are gonna be like 250% or something. Because the Electro resonance is huge, and also just having a second Electro to give you particles. So if you don't have Inefa, you have to replace her with another Electro character. So your options are like Ororon, Fischl, stuff like that. And they are okay, but... So here's the thing. Inefa is way better than them. But a team with Fleens, Inefa, Aino, Sucrose versus Fleens, Ororon, Aino, Sucrose. If you get Fleens' C1, they are like at the same level, right? So either you replace your Electro with Inefa, or you upgrade your Fleens to C1 and you have like the same, around the same damage level. So if you don't like or just couldn't pull Inefa, but you do have enough PT for 2 characters, then instead of pulling Inefa, you can pull C1 Fleens and you're also at the same power level. You can also just play Flints alone. He's not gonna be garbage, but he is gonna feel... Like, he's not gonna be Skerk or Mavujka level with a team full of 4 stars and like no Inefa and no cons. We'll try to save enough wishes to get C1 and the weapon. Yeah, so probably getting C1 first is gonna be better, right? If you have to only get one. Also, there are some other pretty good weapon options. If you have Staff of Scarlet Suns, this one is great. That's probably what I will play. If I only pull C1 and no R1, you could. I mean, Jadewing. Yeah, the damage bonus is wasted, but crit, attack, those are all good. So yeah, Jadewing would also be nice. I'm not sure 4-star wise though, what you would want to play. Probably, ideally, Ballad of the Fjords if you have the BP. But if you don't have that once again... Yeah, I don't know. You have R3 Jade? Yes, that's gonna be nice. We will see an Inefa rerun banner soon. We had to wait a while until Emily's. Emily got rerun like last patch. After a year of waiting. It was like a very similar timing, right? We got Emily 4.8, and then 5.0 we got Kinich, which was Emily was a sub DPS for the Kinich teams, and they have also a very similar kit, where like Inefa does buff Lunar Charge damage, so she does buff Flints by a bit, and she also gives EM, so she's a bit more synergistic with Flints than Emily with Kinich, but the primary thing they do is just deal good damage, and they require the same, like, their restrictions are the same, right? So you need a subpar reaction in both Kinich and the Emily teams, you need Burning, and then same for Flints and Inefa, you need Electrocharged. She also does give a shit, which is nice. Emily doesn't really, which is a bit of a shame. So like, their damage is similar, but then Inefa gives EM buffs and Lunar Charge damage buffs to Flints and shields. That's what a year of release date difference makes. So, where was I going with all of this? I don't even know. I mean, they are similarly designed characters, so we might also have to wait a similar amount of time until the rerun. Yeah. Because Emily only got a rerun when Kinich got a rerun. Was this Kinich's first rerun? That he got like last patch? It was last patch when he got a rerun, right? Yeah. 5.6. So it was 2 patches ago. And then the patch after, they rerun Emily. So even though Emily came out a patch earlier, she got a rerun a patch later. So it might be similar here. But I mean, either way, it's too late for Inefa anyways. But if you want to be a Flints main, you want to make him like perform at a 6.0 level and not at a 4.0 level, you can pull his C1, and then you can get Inefa later on. He might also like another thing that works in favor of the not Grey characters. They are probably gonna get stronger when Columbina comes out. We don't really know what Columbina is gonna do, but usually the Archon of a region does empower the other characters in it. Kinda like Nahida made Sinnoh and Nilo and Tinari, everybody who came before her, way better. And then Furina made Nuvilet and Riodesli, and even in the Linne teams you can play her. She made all of them better. And then Mavujka, even though Mavujka is a DPS, she can still synergize pretty well with other Natlan characters. She can be the burning application for Kinich. She's great in Chaska teams. Can be pyro application for Molani, the best version of that as well. So, it's very likely that Columbina is gonna be a buff to all other not Cray units. Whether she is a sub DPS or just a support. So, there is like room for growth for them. Whereas, for example, for Mavuika, there really isn't that much room for growth. Because she always wants to play Bennett in her teams. And then it is nice to have two Natlan characters to charge her fighting spirit. And just Citlali and Chiloner or Citlali and Dian San synergize so well. So it's hard to imagine better teammates for Mavuika, right? She's kinda stuck. She's the best character in the game, so like it's good that she is stuck at that level. But yeah. Compared to like Skerk, where your final slot you play like Dahlia or Mona or Shenhe, and those are all subpar characters, so Shenhe has like a lot of room for growth. Any Hydro or Cryo character release can be a big buff to Skerk. And then same with Flins, who plays Aino. Aino's fine. Some people treat Aino like she's absolute garbage. Nah, she's good. Like, she's best in slot for Flins teams. That already makes her good. Low cooldown, reliable Hydro up? Sign me right up. But replacing her with a premium 5-star will be an upgrade to the team. And also you could say similar, like Sucrose is a super strong character, but they could definitely release a Shredder, an Electro-Res Shredder, either an Anemo character who can play Vivi, or something like Shilonen, who just shreds in her kit, and then you could replace Sucrose with that, maybe. Is her gameplay out, Ainos? I mean, so her E, like yeah, we have seen stuff. Her E is like catching E, you aim it, and then you dash to the location, doesn't really do much, just creates hydro particles. And her burst sets up a field, where it just sprays hydro all around. Kinda like Ayato burst maybe would be the closest comparison? Something like that. And that's it. You press burst, and it applies hydro in an area. And you can use the skill to get hydro particles, to get your burst up faster. But she doesn't really deal damage, so we're just gonna build ER on her. Also, her burst is really cheap, 50 energy. You're gonna have Electro Resonance. Although, like, it is cheap, but you only have 16 seconds to get all this energy, so it's not that easy. It's not as simple as, oh, it's 50, so compared to an 80 cost burst, you spend 30 less energy. Bam. No, because when you have 80 cost burst, you have 20-second rotations. So you've got 4 extra seconds to get that energy, you have 25% more time. But yeah, I mean, it won't really be an issue. Vampire Lady, you mean Nefer? Nefer's probably gonna be designed to be played with Lauma. It might be similar to how Inefa is for Flins than Lauma is for Nefer. And you'll probably also be able to pull Nefer C1 instead of Lauma and have a similar level of performance. It all kinda goes well together. That would be more useful if you could heal. I mean, they usually try to keep shields and healing separate. We do have Diona, but both her healing sucks and her shielding sucks. So it's not a good example. That is decent enough for a 4-star. Would be cool if his cons did a bit more. Like, all of this doesn't really do much. And it's only C6. Like, C6 is pretty nice. 10% extra attack speed and revive? Nice. I've got revived like once or twice already. When fighting weekly bosses or stuff. Do you know Nefer's element? Yeah, she's Dendro. And she's most likely gonna be a Lunar Bloom DPS. Now, that doesn't mean that she's gonna deal damage through blooms. It just means you will need a Hydro character. It's kinda like Flins, right? Where like, or Inefa, where they just need the reaction and then they deal damage themselves. So it's gonna be like Nefer. You need to create blooms, but it's not the blooms that are gonna deal damage, it's gonna be Nefer who deals damage, and the text is just gonna say Lunar Bloom. Because we have Lunar Charged, which is a different reaction than Electro Charged. You have the clouds, you have like, it can create different calculation mechanics, all cool, nice. So if you were expecting Lunar Bloom to also be like this, you are gonna be disappointed, because Lunar Bloom is exactly the same as normal Bloom. It says Lunar Bloom, if you have Lauma in your team, if you apply Dendro and Hydro to say Lunar Bloom, but then it spawns a Dendro seed that is identical to a regular seed. It deals the same damage, it cannot crit. It can be hyperbloomed and everything. It's like the exact same reaction. It just says Lunar Bloom. And the only thing that actually happens is you get like an additional stack of what? What is it called? Verdant Dew. Whenever you pluck a Lunar Bloom, you get the seed that is the same as a regular bloom, and you get a Verdant Dew stack. It's like a little thingy under your character bar, and you can spend those stacks on Lauma and most likely on Nefer. They don't do anything else. They're just used by Lauma and Nefer in their abilities. So instead of doing this whole Lunar Bloom thing, they could have just put in her passive that like, whenever a bloom is triggered, Lauma gains 1 stack of Verdant Dew, and it would be the exact same thing. Right. I guess they would have to like specify the Lunar Bloom damage, how exactly this scales, but like... I mean, they never tell us how this works anyways. Like, Lunar Charge damage gets multiplied by 3 for no reason, but Lunar Bloom damage does not. You just get what is written. So this is 273% per Verdant Dew, that's the damage. And then like, it still shreds defense and scales with EM, but this Lunar Charge damage, it gets multiplied by 3. And this does not get multiplied by anything. And this is Lunar Bloom damage, this is Lunar Charge damage. Why? What is the multiplier for? This one on Lauma? This is the only damage she can deal in her entire kit. It's when you get 3 Verdant Dews, so you procced 3 blooms. I mean, it's got like a cooldown, so it's like 3 blooms in 15 seconds or something. And then you hold your E, and boom. How did you cut? Multiplier where? If you mean the 2.8 Lunar Bloom multiplier, that was like a mistake. There is no 2.8 multiplier. In early leaks, the Lunar Bloom formula said that there is a 2.8 multiplier to the damage, but there isn't. You get what you see. Except for the Death Shred, and EM scaling, and level scaling. But yeah, it's so weird, man. Like, what do you mean by the multiplier? Or wait. Oh, you mean this multiplier? I mean, this is just Dendro core damage. This is the same. The multiplier is the like base damage of the blooms. Yeah, the multipliers are Bloom 2, Burgeon and Hyper Bloom 3. So if you Hyper Bloom, you get it times 3 damage. If you just Bloom, you get times 2. But this is like back from 3.0 with this formula. It does not change at all, right? And if you mean this multiplier, up here in Lunar Bloom, I'm pretty sure that's just 1. Genshin Impact makes your head spin. Okay, so we upped a bunch. Wait, did I already finish Genshin Duel? Oh yeah, I did. I did not remember the ZZ one. So, thank you everybody very much for watching. But this will be it for the stream for today. I do have a stream every single day at 8 PM CST, which is almost 3 hours before now. Almost 3 hours 45 minutes before now. Tomorrow I'm gonna play some Starline and we're gonna pull for Hysilence. This time I'm gonna get her for sure, because last time we just ran out of pulls. And we're gonna play Genshin again the day after tomorrow. Let's find somebody who actually streams Genshin. Okay, here we go. So if you want to get stream notifications and the like, join the Discord server. And like I said before, I stream every day, so you can just come here at the same time and you will find me as well. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye!